Well, Bricks and Minifigs officially responded to my Lego video we made about them, and I haven't read it yet, but someone just sent it to me, so I was like, well, let's make a video about this. This is not Lego video part 2. Part 2 is still on my Patreon if you want to check it out.
Oh,
patreon.com/recklessben. This is just our response.
I think part 2 is up on YouTube, and I think I'm going to get to it in this video. If not, then we'll just look up some stuff about it. Whatever.
Response to Bricks and Minifigs response. Okay, should we pull it up? Actually, wait, before we start the video, we gotta talk about our sponsors. This video is sponsored by We Steal From Old People, and you can visit us at www.westealfromoldpeople.com. We're actually at We Steal From Old People's headquarters right now. This is our office, and we've been taking phone calls all day. Give us a call.
We would love to steal from old.
That totally, the lighting looks off. Is that a green screen? That's totally a green screen, right? Oh, no, there's bending. You see that bending? Is that a sticker? Their background just like stuck to the wall, or is that a green screen? I can't tell.
People for you if you want.
Yeah. But we can't take credit for our business model. We're literally just stealing from Bricks and Minifigs. They're the ones that thought of this genius business model, so they get all the credit for this. They posted this on their website. Let's see what they said. Over the past several months, many in our community have seen posts and videos regarding a dispute involving the former Bricks and Minifigs location in Salem, Oregon. We understand the frustration and passion behind.
How ironic that it's Salem, Oregon. These people are witches. Not this cult leader right here. Just, you know, the Bricks and Minifigs people.
Behind these discussions. Do they understand?
I don't think they fully understand.
Because when I went to ask him about this was his response.
What's going on?
So you guys are holding some of our Legos?
No, we're not.
You're not?
No.
Bricks and Minifigs is built on a community of collectors and families who care deeply about fairness.
Dude, I got people in my comments, not on YouTube, on other platforms, like Facebook and Threads, saying that these guys are just harassing people. The fuck are you talking about, man? Even Patreon's on board with this shit now. We're definitely gonna get into that, because that one's probably the craziest out of this whole thing. Besides the Mormon cult cover-up type shit. Oh boy, it goes deep.
And that is a value we share. Maybe Bricks and Minifigs just shows their care in a completely different way than most people do. And they show that care by stealing from people.
To be absolutely clear, Bricks and Minifigs does not condone, tolerate, or participate in the exploitation of anyone, especially older adults or vulnerable members of our community. I fucking love that they just specifically put, especially older adults. Or vulnerable members of her community.
They're not
especially, like, they don't steal from older adults even more than they don't steal from other people. What the fuck kind of statement is that?
exploiting anyone, especially older adults. Why are they stealing from old adults then? That seems like a weird way to not exploit old adults.
Yeah. When a complex business dispute is reduced to edited social media clips, critical facts are often lost. While we...
Bro, they edited their own social media. This shit was all on their social media. It ain't there no more.
Will not litigate this online, which they are currently doing. We want to clarify the core situation.
Okay, so I see what they're saying. So right now they're saying this is all a big misunderstanding. Ben has edited these clips to make us look bad, but we're not really bad. Now, for the rest of this article, we're going to share our side that Ben left out, is what I'm assuming they're saying here, right?
Sounds like it.
Maybe we were wrong. Maybe Bricks and Minifigs is right, and we should give them a chance to share their side of the story. So let's see.
I think they should just forget this whole thing ever happened. Just move on with their lives. Nope. Take them down. Dude, corporations are so fucking evil because they're all just based on money. More and more money. There's no heart and soul and passion that goes into it other than the passion for making more money.
Their side. So it says the reality of the consignment claim. Much of the online
By the way, this ain't how you make more money. Just stealing it from old people.
narrative centers around a private consignment arrangement allegedly made by a former Salem store. It is vital to understand that Bricks and Minifigs Corporate was not a party to this alleged agreement, nor were subsequent franchises who took the ownership of the Salem location after the former owners were removed. So Bricks and Minifigs does have a point here. The previous owner, according to Bricks and Minifigs franchise agreement, they're not supposed to do consignments. They're supposed to buy the Legos and then sell them. So I think the old owner broke the rules. However, this does not Basically, this is called a whataboutism, is what they call it in politics. Basically, Bricks and Minifigs is saying, well, to take the focus off the bad thing we did, look, the previous owner also did something bad too. So
yeah, that's
because she did
just
something
too bad. It falls on you if nothing gets done about it. I'm sorry. Maybe there could have been another way. Maybe you could have held an event to raise the money for this guy and call out the old owners, but instead you gotta lie and threaten. It's fucking insane.
That makes, I mean, it just makes both of them bad. It doesn't make them, this doesn't prove their innocence. But we'll keep reading. Maybe, this is just the first paragraph. Corporate did not assign, approve, or authorize.
It's all an illusion.
This arrangement, which is further proof of why they should not have the Legos in the store. If this is something that the brand doesn't do, if Bricks and Minifigs doesn't do consignment deals, then they should just give the Legos back, right? There's no reason for these Legos to be in their store. They didn't pay for them. They're not doing a business deal with Brian anymore. So just give them back. Easy solution. Franchisees operate...
Or raise the money and give them some money. You don't even have to pay it out of your pocket. It's so easy for a corporation to do this. They do it all the time. Why not this time? It's not too, well, it might be too late. At the moment that this video was made, it wasn't too late. But after we found some other information, I don't know. I don't know how long it took to actually put this together. Maybe this happened like months and months ago. But now there's stuff that keeps coming out and it's live. Everybody knows about it. Everybody's covering it. Even giant gaming channels are covering this. Asmongold covered it. And he's international, man. The whole world knows about this shit. Good luck.
Independent businesses. While they must follow system standards, the franchisor does not automatically inherit responsibility for private, unauthorized agreements a local owner may enter into. This is basically corporate saying,
like, even if this was legal, it doesn't matter. Everybody is against you on this. And they will... They're out for blood now. They're gonna crash your company no matter what.
Hey, we can't control our franchises,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And then, but the problem is when you go to the franchises, they say, well, corporate told us to do this.
We're supposed to be getting a hold of corporate.
In the security camera footage, corporate's the one taking over the store.
Seeking facts over narratives. Serious claims require serious evidence.
Okay, I could see how they could get around this one because they could just say, well, the franchise was lying when they told you to contact us. So that could still be seen as the franchise doing bad and not them. But all the other shit, though.
I do agree. We both agree with that.
Yes.
We have repeatedly asked for the original documents and undoctored recordings that support these accusations. So isn't that funny? Didn't we try to get the evidence over to you guys?
Yeah, did I remember that
on
time
video.
when I had all the evidence in my hand and I walked into the store
Got to make myself smaller.
and I just said, hey, here's all the evidence. I'm not judging you. Let's figure this out. And what did they do?
Can we have like a clip like playing right now?
Yeah, let's roll the clip.
Well, so here's still all of the Lego sets you guys still have.
I don't have anything to do with that, and I don't want that. You can go ahead and leave, and I'm gonna ask.
Notice how she doesn't say we didn't do that. She says, I don't have anything to do with that.
You one more time. This is the last time. I do not
Well-
want that. You're not handing me anything.
I tried for a long time just to get
Not handing me anything. He ended up handing her a lot of shit.
her to look at this
Handed her
contract.
the whole internet.
Do you think your friend would be entitled to our inventory?
What's his? He owns the Legos.
Huh? He doesn't own the Legos.
Well, yeah, we have a contract. He does own.
Oh, what
No,
Legos?
bro, are you an idiot? Are you stupid? You
Josh, the police is showing up right now.
Oh, that was a good clip. I guess this clip is them begging for us to give them evidence.
It
right?
sounds like it.
And that we were the ones that refused to give them the
It
evidence.
makes no sense. They literally go, we have repeatedly asked.
He even gave the evidence to the police, and they wouldn't take it. Multiple times for different things.
Okay, that's bullshit.
The whole
Selective
thing's
social
bullshit.
media posts and investigative style videos are not a substitute for the complete records and legal agreements that govern the rights of all involved parties.
Okay, let's put all the evidence right here. We got the consignment deal. We got the full inventory list that the Bricks and Minifigs store made that shows which sets were sold, which sets are still in the store, and which sets Brian has not been paid for. This was an inventory list made by the store. Here's the security camera footage of corporate knowing there was a consignment deal.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage yet. And if I don't have any tickets, I won't know how much I need to pay him.
That's a business thing and not necessarily yours.
There's definitely going to be a part 3 to this. I wanted this to be over. I wanted part 2 to be the end, but now I don't want it to end until this company completely crumbles. They should have gave the Legos back.
He's taking on the business, he takes on all that consignment.
Here's all the metadata timestamped pictures of the sets that were still in the store when the owner got kicked out. I've printed all of this proof out and tried to give it to them, and this was their response.
You could go ahead and leave now.
Really?
So you could go ahead and leave now, or I will call the police for harassment.
Well, I'm not harassing you.
No, you are.
Wow, that was a really good clip.
Yeah.
It shows exactly what they wanted, which was obviously to talk to you. If a legitimate claim exists, there are established legal and dispute resolution processes to handle it fairly. Attempting to force a business outcome through public pressure, especially on unrelated stores and employees, is not a productive or fair path forward.
Basically what they're saying is, let's figure this out the legal way. Well, we did what he said, actually. We did sue him, and we won. And then they didn't like the legal way. Bricks and Minifigs was the one who didn't want to do it the legal way. Do you know why?
Why is that?
Because this is what happened when we won. Dang it! They closed down their entire store because Bricks and Minifigs did not want to do the legal way. Okay. Bricks and Minifigs stores is a private business with the right to protect their premises. We will continue to support our owners and prohibit.
Too bad. It's your brand.
Prohibiting disruptive conduct or harassment. This is not about silencing criticism. It is about, oh, they're not trying to silence criticism. I feel like Bricks and Minifigs is doing whatever they can to silence criticism. And if you don't believe me, watch part 2.
Moving forward together,
Oh boy.
our position remains simple. Bricks and Minifigs Corporate was not a party to the unauthorized Salem consignment agreement.
Wait. But they were a party in the theft of the Legos.
Any legitimate claims should be resolved through the proper legal channels where facts can be evaluated fairly. And we already did that.
Yep.
So,
Facts can be evaluated. We put all of the documents on the screen.
we ask our fans and creators to consider the human impact of the content they share. Fairness is a two-way street. It requires looking at the full picture and respecting the rights of unrelated small business owners and their staff. I mean, shouldn't they care about people below them?
This doesn't say how they're moving forward. Moving forward should be, let's give Brian his Legos back, right?
Or money.
We love the Lego community and the creativity it
Because
fosters.
the Legos ain't there. They're gone.
Well, they're making the Lego community look really bad, so until they give Brian his Legos back, they're just going to keep making the Lego community look terrible.
We thank those who have waited for the facts before accepting.
No, actually, I think he's wrong on that. I think the Lego community is going to be pissed off at this company forever. And that's the point. There's no coming back from this. They're completely cooked over toys. Are you shitting me? What is with this current culture we have going on where people are trying to steal toys and Pokemon cards? They're willing to just completely fuck over each other's lives for it. It's insane. We need to put a stop to this.
Rumors as truth.
I think what they're trying to say by this line is that they have the facts and we have the rumors, right? Because we're just trying to promote some narrative when they're the ones that
Show the facts. Show the facts. They're just saying shit. I ain't seen nothing except the shitty police department video. I haven't seen it yet, but I saw other people talking about it. Apparently, that's a disaster. So much.
have the facts. But if you look at the situation, it kind of seems like we're the ones that have the facts. I mean, we put all the facts up on the screens, and he now has a narrative with no evidence.
Yeah, exactly. Literally just like 4 or 5 paragraphs with no evidence whatsoever. We thank those who have waited for the facts before accepting rumors as truth and who continue to support their local Bricks and Minifigs franchise stores.
Okay, here we go. Because this matter involves active legal issues, we will provide further updates only when it's appropriate and legally permissible to do so. So basically what they're saying is like, we're not going to respond again. And they're saying it's because we can't legally do it. Their legal issues are with me. Like we've already been to court, like I think 3 times. I can share my side. Why can't they share their side?
Exactly.
Unless their side would get them in a lot of legal trouble and they could go to jail, I guess, is why. Actually, it makes sense now why they can't share their side. Bricks and Minifigs is saying, yes, we have all of Brian's Legos in our store. No, we didn't pay for them, but we would, and their answer for that is, we would never try to exploit an old man. But it seems like that's what they're doing. They're exploiting an old man. So I think a better response would be explain why do you have these Legos in your store without paying for them? That would be an explanation, right? Like that would be.
They're doing anything but that.
good, but they won't be able to do that because what they would be doing is they're explaining what stealing is, and that's what Bricks and Minifigs did. And especially not just stealing, but stealing from an old person, which is who Bricks and Minifigs likes to steal from the most.
Yeah.
There's also one more thing. So there's this other guy. It's like there's a Lego store.
Do they not have a legal team? Also, I haven't heard anything from their legal team either.
Or like a couple blocks that it's like literally like right down the street from Bricks and Minifigs. It's called Bricks and Beyond, and this guy's getting a bunch of hate for my video because people are confusing his store with the Bricks and Minifigs store. Yeah, but the problem is this guy runs like a super ethical Lego store, and should we give him a call?
Give him love. Give that guy so much love. Make up for it, man. He didn't deserve that.
Right now, actually,
It's very similar in names. It is not related to Bricks and Minifigs at all.
first off, do you enjoy stealing from old people?
That is not what we do.
Oh, see, so basically everyone that's giving you harassment then is basically mixing up the two stores is what you're saying.
Essentially, yeah.
Damn, that's how they ended it? Okay. Oh, boy. All right, on to the next one. He got arrested for Legos. Absolutely insane. Let's just get into it.
Search warrant. Step outside, everybody. Don't move.
This is the story of how I got swatted, all because of Legos.
Wow.
The whole thing started with me investigating
Wow.
a Lego company called Bricks and Minifigs. The company sent two guys to steal the world's largest Star Wars Lego collection worth around $200,000. And for some reason, the police are helping them get away with it. The family reached out to
Wait,
me
what?
saying that I'm their last hope to get them their life savings back.
Same video?
The video I made exposing them was
Okay.
actually insane. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet. But we ended up
Just
taking them to
similar
court,
intro.
and we actually won. When I went back to the store to collect my money, they literally shut
Like a
down the
TV show. I
entire
like it.
store just to avoid paying us.
Dang it!
So I personally gave them an official closing ceremony, and it went extremely viral. And now the entire world has seen how corrupt this Bricks and Minifigs company is.
We didn't get the Legos back, but I mean, we shut down an entire business. Like,
We still gotta get the Legos back. Yeah.
Hey,
I
over
promised
till
this
the Legos
family
are back.
that I was not gonna stop on my journey until we get them their entire Lego collection back. Right now, the two owners, Joshua Johnson and Brandon Best, probably think that they're safe by closing out the store. But the reality is, I can literally just sue them all over again, but personally this time. So I started to file my lawsuit.
I love it.
But right after I filed this court case, it got rejected.
Dude, I love when we're using their tactics against them. Didn't have to come to this.
And the reason was I failed to demonstrate a good faith effort to resolve the dispute prior to filing. Basically, before this court case can get approved, I have to at least attempt to settle with Josh outside of court first. I tried calling Josh, but I'm blocked.
I'm sorry, but the person
So my only option left is to travel to his house to have this conversation in person. Basically, if Josh wants to save the day, I got him a trophy that says, Joshua Johnson saved the day. And we'll give him this trophy, but he has to give the Legos back first. So we started driving to Josh's house to have this good faith conversation the court requires us to have. We're in Josh's neighborhood.
Oh, no.
But when we showed up,
Oh,
Josh
no.
was already outside talking on the phone to someone. Oh my gosh, okay, Josh is out.
Is this what they got him for? Man, this is kind of an L. Like, I think this is legal, but bro, you should have probably got a hold of somebody. You probably should have got help from like an attorney or something at least. Somebody who could actually do this and seem like they've got the knowledge or do have the knowledge to do all this shit. Because you just being a random guy that's had problems with him before, you just kind of seem like a stalker. Even though I know he's not.
Outside on the phone.
This was a miss though.
Wait, do I interrupt his phone call or do we just like wait?
interrupts his phone call.
No, probably not. I thought it would be pretty rude to interrupt his phone call, so we parked around the corner and decided to wait for him to get off this call.
I like how we just have this conversation outside.
Right. He doesn't want to get his wife involved. He's hiding something.
Everything's good, honey.
What the heck?
I'm pretty sure Josh is on the phone with corporate Bricks and Minifigs. And the reason I think that is we were actually just there right before this. Okay, pulling up to Bricks and Minifigs headquarters. The plan was to give them one more chance to do the right thing before suing them again. While we were there, one of the corporate employees answered the door and told us he would get the CEO to come talk to us.
Never does?
Well,
Yep. Please come.
No, they said they're getting some guy to talk to us.
What
We're just
scum?
waiting.
I can already tell you right now, no one.
Dude, I fucking hate liars, man. Fucking hate them.
No one's coming out to talk to you guys. Like,
Really, but they told us that they were.
I know.
Since Josh only lives like 15 minutes away, they must have informed him that we're in the area. Because a few minutes later, this happened.
Dude, the police just showed up. What the heck? Why are the police at his house?
Oh, there's another one, dude. 2 cop cars.
3 cop cars?
Oh my gosh. Cop cars.
Why is there 3 cop cars at his house? We didn't even walk up to his house yet. The cops are following us. What the heck? That's so crazy, dude. Obey every traffic law. Oh, shoot.
My name's Oscar. This is Americorps Police. The reason I stopped you is the stop sign. You didn't stop that.
I didn't? I thought I stopped.
Yeah, you definitely stopped.
There's so many things wrong with this.
So you said he ran a stop?
Because for one, what state are they in? Do they allow investigative journalism? And for two, he's serving legal papers. Aren't you allowed to wait outside people's houses? Especially if you're serving somebody? Because he's just like legally trying to talk to him. I'm going to have to look into that. I don't know.
Sign? Huh? You said you ran a stop sign?
I didn't see what happened.
Yeah, I was like,
Because we definitely stopped at the stop sign.
stopped.
Yeah.
What?
I was so sure that we stopped at the stop sign
They
that
got it on
I actually
camera.
requested all the police footage of this. And as you can see, we didn't even do a rolling stop. We fully stopped at the stop sign. So this is an illegal traffic stop.
So who's Ben?
Me?
Ben? How's Utah?
It's good.
Like it?
Okay, it's pretty obvious that the police know why we're here. So I just explained to them the entire situation.
This old man spent his entire life collecting the world's largest Star Wars Lego collection set.
The only problem is it's a crazy story and the police officer did not believe me.
Don't talk to the police. Don't talk to the police. Don't talk to him. Don't say a single fucking word. Let them arrest you. Figure it out in court. That's, oh man, if he would have went that route, if he would have actually done what he's supposed to do, not talk to the police and just let him arrest him or let him go on his way, then it would have been like, he would have brought so much shit to this.
Sounds crazy.
Yeah, when the officer went back to his car, this is the message that he radioed in.
Hey, can you get the contact for Reckless Ben? He said he didn't have his ID, but he's just straight lying to me about everything else, so...
Since the cops don't believe my story, they trespassed me from the property.
Everybody today is being trespassed from that property.
Okay.
Yeah, we were forced to go home without having this good faith conversation the court requires us to have.
Yeah, what do we do now, dude? Like, we didn't even, get to talk to him and we're in trespass.
So, dude.
The one thing I didn't understand was how the heck did they know we were coming? I was hiding in the back seat the entire time and the car's windows were extremely tinted.
These windows are so tinted, you can't see anything.
But as I was outside inspecting our car tint, the same police showed up to our house.
Oh no, we're getting pulled over again?
Wait,
It was
what?
weird. He wouldn't tell us why he was here.
Like I said, we've already talked about it.
Yeah, well thanks for being so cool about everything.
Yeah.
They're keeping tabs
They're
on him.
after us, dude.
Bro, they're
Anyways,
keeping tabs
since
on him.
Josh clearly doesn't want to have this good faith conversation with me, I took his trophy and destroyed it.
Wait, guys,
You don't deserve that fucking trophy. You could have had a trophy.
Just like in the previous video, I tried to give Josh the benefit of the doubt, the easy way. But again, Josh does not want to do the easy way.
He wants to do it
The
the hard
only
way.
option left is to go the hard way. But before going the hard way, I actually remembered that there's another owner of the store named Brandon Best. Brandon is the guy in the security camera footage that illegally
Forgot
kicks
about
the
that guy.
first owner out of the store so he could steal all their Legos. I tried calling him, but I am also blocked.
I'm sorry.
Why?
The only option left is
What?
to show up to his house.
Like, why did that dude block him? So they are keeping tabs on him. Dude, this already is deep. I'm smelling some shit.
Hello. Hey, how's it going? Hello? Hey, well, I was wondering if you'd be down to pay us
He knows he's got
for
a
the
spy
lawsuit
cam.
that we won.
That don't look good. Why would you do that? Dude, what a fucking idiot. Why would you not say anything and look like a fucking asshole like that when the entire internet is against you? And you know it. Like, holy shit. Just at least pretend to be nice. Just gonna stand there.
It kind of seems like Brandon doesn't want to have this good faith conversation to resolve this problem outside of court. And I gave him plenty of time to speak.
I guess if you don't want to talk, I'll just talk. So you guys told us to take you to court. We went to court and we won. We know you closed down the store to avoid paying
Bro, this is giving me anxiety, man. My heart is racing.
us. So
the suspense is
we could
killing
just sue you guys personally and do the whole thing again. We would obviously win again, but
then the police showed up. And
of course they did.
Again, for some reason,
that's what he was waiting for.
Are really trying to protect these criminals.
He didn't steal anything. He inherited the store from somebody.
No, he stole $200,000
How do you know this?
How would you know?
In Spain.
Whoa. How would you know he's not doing that? You haven't investigated anything. Like you were supposed to. Holy shit. Like, dude even admitted it.
The last 3 months in the case, and I won in court.
He inherited the store. He's being blamed for everything that the previous owner did. And he's trying
well,
to
that's a lie. So we.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
He's still trying to clean up the mess from the previous owner, and now he's catching blame for it. And he's just trying to clean up the mess from the previous owner.
No, him saying that it's the previous owner, that's a lie, and we already proved this in court. Okay.
If you come back and step foot on this property, you're gonna go to jail.
The police gave me a formal trespass notice, which I took a picture of it and sent it to the court as proof I tried to have this good faith conversation, but Brandon didn't want to have it with me. And turns out this was good enough. My court case with Brandon Best got accepted.
Fuck yeah.
But my court case with Josh is still going to be rejected until I find a way to have this good faith conversation with him. So I decided to see if I could find Josh online, to see if I could look up any more information about him.
Hey guys.
Yeah, they all look the same. No.
Joshua Johnson.
Yeah, Joshua Johnson.
We lower their tax liabilities and minimize their exposure to lawsuits. That's hella ironic. Are you kidding me, dude? That's what he's known for? Is reducing people's exposure to lawsuits?
After some more research, we found out that both Josh and Brandon are...
But bro, don't underestimate content creators, because they'll keep going, especially if it's popular. But even if it's not, they're just wishing that it gets popular. They don't give a fuck. Just look at me. I've been going for years with no views. It's just what we do. We're addicted to the game, baby.
Super hardcore Mormon, which was actually extremely surprising to me, because if Josh and Brandon are truly Mormons, they believe that stealing is wrong, and if they steal, they're gonna go to hell.
Here it is, the Mormon cult.
In Mormonism, they call it the outer darkness. But still, Brandon and Josh probably actually believe that this is gonna be eternity for them. I mean, Josh even swore to me on his Mormon God in the last video that he would give us the Legos back.
I promise you, I swear to God. I promise you on everything.
But maybe I can use this to my advantage. My problem right now seems to be
Man,
that Josh is...
I thought Mormons were nice people. They actually are. These people are fake. They're just part of a cult. They're part of a money-making cult.
Never gonna listen to anything I ever tell him. But if someone from his church heard this audio, maybe he would listen to them. So after finding exactly what church these guys go to, we went to it and showed one of the Mormons there this audio clip. And the Mormon thought that the best thing to do was to have a talk with Josh to save him from going to this outer darkness.
Okay, good luck. And I guess me and Tyler are staying back because we're already trespassed. So
yeah, we ended up just driving home. But on our way back, this happened.
What? Pull over again?
What?
For what?
What'd they do?
How's it going?
How's it going? I'm Officer Hawkins, American Fort Police Department. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Well, what's your name? Are you Ben?
Hanging out down here.
At this point, we realized what's going on. Yesterday, I told Brandon that our plan is to now sue them personally.
We could just sue you guys personally and do the whole thing again. We would obviously win again.
It seems like they're getting so desperate that they're going to resort back to the same strategy they used in the last video.
You know what's really funny is after you left, I got a call from my boss, and it was like, how do we get them arrested?
Dang.
How do we get them arrested?
Yeah, Josh and Brandon think that if they can somehow get us arrested and thrown in jail, then we won't be able to sue them.
That's not how that works
what
either.
They told the police we did this time, but they caught us too late. The Mormon kid was already on his way to Josh's house to save him from this outer darkness and bring him back to God.
What's going on, sir? You're gonna sit on down here for me for a minute. What brings you here?
I'm just here trying to talk to Brother Johnson. Okay. I'm in the Harvard Second Ward. There's been an audio going around with the young men group.
Okay. What's the audio that you wanted to play?
What did he just say? Did he say with the group?
I'm not gonna screw you. You have my word. That's not who I am. I promise you. I swear to God.
Who's that?
So
I guess
that's him.
No, I know that. I could tell that from the voice, but
I was just gonna ask him, like, is he willing to give up everything like he said? Because he swore on everything. He swore on God. This might be a crazy ask, but could you take a selfie with me?
But anyways, back to us. The
He
police
knows.
apparently got a call that we had heroin on us.
People at his Mormon church know. Oh boy, dude, what the fuck, man? I had to take my hat off that one, show my baldness, cause like, what the fuck, man?
this officer's going to conduct the search of your person.
It's even crazier than the last video.
Substances in the vehicle. Really? So he's going to do that. I'm going to put this away, and then we'll be right. Don't reach in your pockets. Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you. Let's do this. The vehicle will be searched. Okay. I'm going to have you stick by with my sergeant.
Search the vehicle, eh? I think they're dumb enough to keep
After
illegal
2
shit.
hours of searching the car, obviously they found no drugs.
So you didn't find.
I don't think they have 2 hours to search your car. I think they have a way shorter window than that. But might as well let them do the whole rigmarole, you know?
I explained to the police that we didn't have drugs, and the reality of the situation is that Bricks and Minifigs is so desperate at this point that they're willing to do anything to get us arrested so they don't have to pay for the property they stole. And the police was arguing back with just some of the worst comebacks I've ever heard, which is why I think the police actually redacted this audio in this clip, because if they kept the audio in, then the world would get to see how stupid the American Fork Police Department is. But anyways, even though we were passing every single drug test they gave us, they were still not going to let us go until we told them where the drugs were.
There's fucking red flags all over this.
Your eyes, for example, right? There's a constriction, which is dilated, and then not. So I haven't been looking at this. I'll show him. Look, go ahead, look at him.
I'll look at you?
Yep.
You do see it?
So
it's crazy. I have no idea, because I've never done any drugs in my life. I don't do drugs. I don't do alcohol. I've never done any of that in my life. I'm willing to do any drug tests.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very cooperative. I don't understand
What the
what you're seeing in my eyes.
Dude, I've had this done to me, though, a lot of times where they're like, no, you're on drugs right now. Look at you. Your eyes are dilated and they're red. Like, bro, no. I mean, I could see why they would think that just looking at me, you know, outside of the hologram. Well, now it's legal, bitch, so fuck off.
I'm going to have a discussion with this officer.
And then the police department illegally redacted this conversation too. My guess is that they acknowledge that it's very obvious we don't have drugs on us, but they were going to try and pressure us into giving some type of false confession anyways.
I'm not sure if you're lying to me or not, to be honest.
I'm willing to take any drug test you want.
I'm walking a very dangerous line, which will get you into a lot.
Yeah.
You could end up in jail in Utah when you're from Cali.
Okay.
Not worth it, right?
Yeah.
We play differently here. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm willing to cooperate with you guys and do anything you want me to, because I'm not
This is a
hiding anything.
veiled
I can
threat.
promise you that. I promise.
We weren't giving the police a false confession like they wanted, so eventually I guess they just got tired and let us go.
We'll let you guys go now, but you're walking a thin line. Just be mindful of that. Does that make sense?
Okay.
At this point, I've documented everything I've been through to the court, that I've tried to have this good faith conversation with Josh. He just...
They think they're so slick. But once again, I gotta say, YouTube content creators, they're way too smart for you. Because we delve deep. These people go home at the end of the day and they forget about their job. Not us. This is constant. This is our life because we have no other life.
Doesn't want to have it with me, and because of everything I went through, my court case finally got approved. Woo! And attached to this email are court papers to serve Josh. The only problem is Josh is not going to open this door for anyone. He wouldn't even talk to another Mormon. Instead, he just called the police on him. In order to get Josh to come outside, I'm really going to have to get creative. So I made this poster that says, I stole a dying man's life savings, and printed it out. Now I'm placing this poster in a public space right across the street from Josh's house. Yeah, it turns out this tiny patch of land is actually free for any person of the public to use. And since we have the freedom of speech, I am breaking no laws by doing this. So when Josh walks outside to take down this sign, I have a process server to serve him his court papers.
Fuck yeah.
And almost immediately, my sign got blocked.
Oh no, he's blocking our sign.
Why are the cops there again? Or was that a person, just people?
What do you guys
Nope, there's cops.
So we are in a court case with them and we have to serve them legal papers.
So I explained to the cops the entire situation.
I'm not going on his property.
Right, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
The police realized that we're not breaking any laws, and they've been called here for a false reason, so they decided to leave.
Awesome, thank you. This is going so much better than yesterday.
So now it's time to serve Josh these court papers. And then we got the police called on us again.
Hello. This man stole basically his family's life savings. So we're just here to serve him his court papers.
Again, I explained to this police officer the entire situation.
I wish we could just send him an email or a phone call, you know, but yeah, the court requires us to come in person for some reason, so.
Again, the cops realized that we are doing nothing illegal and decided to leave.
They're gonna come
now
back?
It's time to serve Josh his court papers. But we got the police called on us again.
What the fuck?
Yep, I see those papers. Yeah. So this is what you're trying to serve him with? Yes. That's
Does he have to show those?
Again, the police agree that we are not breaking the law. They've been called out here for a false reason. This guy told me that he could even just serve the papers for me.
You okay if I give these papers to him? Yeah, for sure. Okay, just give me
Let me guess.
Okay, thank you.
They
Sadly,
disappear, but it
we
don't matter.
can't
You
see
got
the
it on
police
video.
officer serve Josh because the police department redacted all of it. But the only thing that really matters is that Josh is getting served.
He does not want the paper. So
He's not want the papers?
here's that back for you. Okay.
The police told me
Yeah.
that they can't serve the papers.
And you removed that from the fucking body cam? Bullshit! Fire this whole fucking police department. Holy shit. No, fuck that. That is disgusting. We can all see what's happening here.
For me because I'm lying to them, and these aren't even real court papers.
Not sure what this is. I've never seen something like that.
Yeah, I bet.
To be honest with you. These are court papers. Okay. It doesn't have a judge's name.
Look at her
or
face.
anything like that on it.
She's like, are you
Because it
serious?
hasn't gotten to the judge yet. So this is serving him, and then we'll go to the court.
Do they not know that she's a legal server, or does she know to just keep her mouth shut? Where is this going? No, he's got a plan here. He's thought ahead.
And then the judge will be there. So the judge doesn't get involved until we're in court. Why is he saying that you guys went on the property? Because he wants us arrested, so he doesn't have to go to court. It doesn't look good when you've been trespassed. Yeah. Trying to serve papers. Well, I think it looks exactly how we're supposed to do it legally. This is the legal way to do it. Well, we have 2 or 3 incidents. Yeah. Well, first, so they're incidents because he's lying to you guys. He's making them incidents. We came to do a good faith conversation, which is required by the courts before you can get a court case approved. So we did that. He called the cops on us. He lied to you guys saying that we had heroin on us. And we did a 3-hour search of the car yesterday. We found no heroin in the car. He's going to make up any lie he can to get us arrested. We are doing things the legal way, the correct way. The reason he's hiding in his house is because he's the criminal. If something doesn't look good, it doesn't look good for him, not for us. Go through the legal process, find an actual process server. She is an actual process server. And what is your guys' relationship? I just met her today. Well, maybe just have someone not affiliated with you. That's her. Yeah, we have no relationship. That's why she's here. Yeah, that's why she's here. We have no relationship, and that is who she is. The exact person that you were describing.
I always thought that the police were supposed to remain unbiased, and if they were going to take a side, they definitely shouldn't take the side of the criminal. But I guess I was wrong.
You shouldn't be talking to the cops. Don't talk to the cops.
However, I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm literally just
so
following
don't talk
the
to 'em.
instructions of the court, so the police can't stop me.
The only reason that he's in this mess is because he talked to the police the first time and just kept talking. If you would have never talked to the police, they can't do anything if you're going through all the legal processes. And if you get arrested and you got all this information, then they go down for it. But maybe that's what happens anyway. I don't know. We'll have to keep watching, I mean.
Okay, see ya.
Now that that the police are finally leaving, it's time to game plan how to serve Josh. But then, you guessed it, we got the police called on us again.
What the fuck, dude?
Oh, sure.
5 times, or is this 4?
The serving paper?
Yeah.
Here you go.
She knows.
Well,
They think it's a false.
Dude, she knows that this is bullshit, man. Look at her face. She's like, what the fuck? This is insane. But she knows that they're doing all of the legal things and it's all on video. Do the police even know or care that this is being recorded? I don't know.
Case? What the heck?
Thank you for holding. How can I help you?
Trying to speak with someone to verify if a case is, just verify if a case is real.
Yeah, looks like a real small claims case in our court.
Okay, thank you for your help. That's all. Thank you.
I think this phone call was the breaking point for the police.
Oh, he's rubbing his chin.
The police couldn't handle the fact that I was right and they were wrong.
Landon, what are they gonna do? Again?
Okay.
What
Am I being
the
arrested?
fuck?
Really?
Yo, what? For what?
Ben got arrested. Like, they didn't say anything when they were putting him in handcuffs. They just said, you're being arrested.
I was confused on what I was being arrested for. I mean, the same police officers that arrested me
Dude, this is
gave me
some Franz
permission to do
Kafka shit.
exactly what I was doing.
You can film from the sidewalk wherever it's public, right? But you can't go on that property. If you do, you'll be charged, okay?
Okay, yeah, for sure.
I got arrested for just doing what the police told me to do. What's even more confusing is the police are supposed to be the good guys. Why
Yeah.
are they arresting an
Yeah,
innocent
right.
person to protect an evil criminal? Well, back when I was still waiting in the car to serve Josh, I got a phone call, and this call was from Brian, the collector's son who got all their stuff stolen. And he has a theory of what might be going on here.
Yeah, the cops down there are definitely all in with the Mormon community.
Yep.
And being the Bricks and Minifigs is part of that and worth millions. I would not doubt that they have donated hefty
Millions.
sums to the Mormon church, of which all the cops are probably a part of.
Yeah, Brandon Best, Joshua Johnson, and Eamon, the CEO, are all super Mormon. Like, the CEO even went to the Mormon University. And when I looked up all the police officers who were treating me unfairly, they were all Mormon too.
And they take care of their own.
Okay.
They're like a huge
So knowing this and knowing what transpires after this, holy shit, dude, you just gotta keep watching. Because holy shit, this gets fucking insane. There's like responses. Patreon got involved! Dude.
huge clan that takes care of each other.
And instead of trying to get rid of the few bad people who are making Mormonism look bad, they're for some reason choosing to protect these criminals. But eventually, I got released from jail.
Out of jail now?
And this is when it really hit me that the justice system has decided to protect these criminals. So now, there's really only one way I can think of
They
to
like
get
to
this
do that.
family the money back that got stolen
Oh, yeah.
from them.
They love to protect criminals whenever there's a lot of money involved.
Which is a GoFundMe. Yeah, it is a pretty anticlimactic ending, but at least I'm confident that I'm not going to get in trouble for this. Now that our GoFundMe is live, it's time to promote it, to start getting donations. We printed out the GoFundMe's picture to hang it up so we could get a nice Instagram video to post to social media. But before the group could even hang the picture up, the police came.
What you guys up to?
We're starting a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
What we're doing is we're going to get a bunch of publicity to get basically all this money back for this family.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to do the lawsuit anymore. We're just going to do this GoFundMe. We've already got it started.
It can run into some defamation stuff.
Again, the police were thinking of any technicality they could think of to protect their Mormon friend.
Look at your stalking code. See if it's that. If it's not, we're going to look at disorderly. If it's not disorderly, then we're going to look at the city ordinance.
But after going through
They
every
do
law they
this,
could think
by
of,
the way.
it turned
Like, this isn't just a Mormon cult thing. Police do this. They'll go off to the side and be like, all right, what can we get this guy for? Can we get him for anything else?
Turns out that hanging this sign on a fence and then taking a picture of it for Instagram is not illegal. In fact, what the group is doing is actually protected under the First Amendment, freedom of speech. So one of the police officers let the group know that they were okay to keep doing this.
Right now, I don't think you guys break the
But this other police officer wasn't able to accept this reality.
We're gonna take it down.
What?
And then for the rest of this footage, the police redacted all of the audio. So I called up the police station to find out why.
All the redactions are done pursuant to the Utah State Code. We don't redact things just because we feel like it or, you know, just because something looks funny. Everything is redacted pursuant to Utah State Code. And other than that, I can't really delve into any more detail.
But the police made a mistake. They accidentally forgot to mute this police officer's audio. So when you sync the two clips together, I can actually hear what they're saying here.
He sees it or give it back? Is it an occasional crime? Is it disorderly conduct? Why? Is he upset about it? I mean, I guess, but that's not.
Yeah, this police officer is right. Just because this might make Josh upset does not make this poster illegal. So I decided to let the police department know that some of the redactions they made aren't exactly what they're claiming they are. I think you guys might have...
Yeah, I think that cop lost his job that day. I think they fired him. He didn't comply. He didn't conform, fall in line with their cult.
Accidentally forgot to redact another clip that was at the same time, and when I synced the two clips together, I was able to see what they were saying, like what the redaction was.
I find ironic how he started the Lego cult and it ended up being actually a cult behind this. It's fucking cinema, dude.
And he was talking about how what we're doing actually isn't illegal and how the police officer might be wrong. And so it wasn't about protecting a victim. It wasn't any personal information. And so I was wondering, it seems like there might be a lot of stuff like that that got redacted, maybe to protect the police officers, not to protect the victims, if that makes sense. And so...
yeah, we don't do that. So like I said,
we don't do
it's
that.
redacted as pursuant to Utah State Code.
Got evidence,
I can tell
bitch.
because when I sync the two clips together, I'm actually able to see that that's what the redaction was.
Okay, well, that didn't happen.
That definitely didn't happen.
No, I don't do that, Ben. I follow the Utah State Code, like I just said.
Okay. Well, I don't know. It seems like the police department redacted this entire conversation because right here the police are actually admitting to themselves that none of this is illegal, but they're still going to try to arrest us anyways. It seems like the only reason they're getting rid of this audio is to protect the police officers from getting fired. I don't know what the police officers are...
redact the audio like that. You can't. It's not how that fucking works.
Saying in this next clip, but I'm pretty sure they're scheming up a way to get the group arrested because this is what happens next.
And Lieutenant Adamson can correct me if I'm wrong, but we're going to seize your phone right now.
Don't. Do not do that. You understand me? Right now you're attempting to destroy evidence. Okay? Put your hands behind your back.
I was just locking my phone.
Okay, I'm going to switch over to the police officer's body cam POV so we can dissect what just happened. First, the police officer asks if he can confiscate Sheldon's phone, so Sheldon says, okay, and reaches in his pocket to give it to him. But at this point, Sheldon sees that his phone is unlocked. And at this moment, he decided that before giving it to the police officer, he was going to lock his phone, which is totally legal. There's no search warrant, so Sheldon is legally allowed to lock his phone. But as the police officer saw Sheldon's thumb moving towards that lock button,
he seizing the phone?
snatched it out of his hands. And now the police officer's claiming that because he tried to lock his phone, he's destroying evidence.
Silence.
Yeah, I was giving it to you.
Stop talking.
I was
Stop
giving
talking,
it to you.
Okay?
It's on my money. Look, it's on my wallet. I was turning it off.
Stole his
Right now,
phone.
this phone is being seized as part of this investigation, and you're being arrested. Okay?
Who is this guy?
Put him in the back of the car.
And again, the police decided to break the law, arrest Sheldon, all to protect an evil criminal.
It's like a fucking horror movie.
Okay. My name's Detective Nikosha.
What is this, back rooms?
Police department.
I did willingly hand over my phone, but when I handed him my phone, my wallet popped up. So I said, hold up, let me hit my power button. And I have it recorded as well. That's all I went and did. That's not obstruction of evidence. And then I let him have the phone. I wasn't trying to delete anything. In fact, it is actually impossible to delete something from an iPhone from a locked screen by hitting the power button. So in no context could I have been trying to erase something by hitting one button on my phone. Now I'm sure you have a phone as well. When you hit the power button, that doesn't delete anything, does
Yeah,
it?
they know.
I imagine it wouldn't, yeah.
Yes, that's all I did. So I don't know how that's obstruction of evidence, but that is what it is.
Now that Sheldon is in jail just for promoting our GoFundMe,
who else is going to jail in this
doubting if
video?
we'll ever even be able to get Brian his money back for his dad's Lego collection. It's crazy that out of all the powerful organizations I've gone up against, the one company I'm not able to beat is a Lego company. I literally couldn't have imagined a worse ending for this video. But I had no clue that it was about to get way worse.
Oh, you mean way better? Whoa, a fucking raid?
Step outside, everybody. Come on. No. Don't move like that. You understand me? Don't move like that. Okay?
Yeah,
what the
this cop pulled my arm so far back, it dislocated my shoulder. He claims it's because I was attempting to make an escape or something.
Don't move like that. You understand me? Don't move like that. Don't move quick. Everybody just chill.
This shit actually does piss me off, man. Like, all the shit that we went through 2010s, even up through the 2020s, and you're gonna give that kind of fake-ass fucking energy? Get the fuck out of here with that. You deserve your downfall.
We go back a little bit. You can see I was being completely still when he grabbed me, and I actually made 0 quick movements. So this police officer is just straight up lying so he can give me a serious injury.
Included in the warrant are Legos.
Yes. The police department got an official warrant to search our house for stolen Legos. I should have seen this coming. Josh did threaten me in the last video that if I go out and actually try to sue him, he's gonna come out and say that I'm the one that stole the Legos.
Okay, let's do it.
Fuck you, man. You stole them, bitch.
I stole the Legos?
Yeah, you're a fucking thief.
Dang.
Mormon, by the way.
Okay.
You can shut the fuck up. That's your fucking choice.
I'm gonna fast forward a little bit just to give you guys some context, but I actually got a copy of this warrant. The reason they were searching our house was, it says, there is now certain property or evidence described as any stolen merchandise, specifically Lego merchandise. It's evidence of illegal conduct on us that we stole the Legos.
What the fuck?
They're looking that we stole the Legos is why they stormed our house with no evidence. And this is after he's been proven to make up stories about us before. And so now
they're actually retarded. I can't wait to see what other people's are reacting to this situation. Like, what the fuck, man?
Now he's just pulling something out of his butt. Oh, they're the ones that stole the Legos. And for whatever reason, the police take him seriously, even though he's acting like a crazy person. Anyways, the cops probably felt pretty stupid when they searched our entire house and didn't find any stolen Legos. Again, the police illegally redacted this conversation to avoid them looking stupid, but I'm pretty sure that's what they were talking about. But instead of doing what any rational police officer would do and let us go, they're sticking to their story that we're the thieves.
All of that was for nothing.
I used to travel, sing along, we can.
Back right?
Yes. Now the
Even got
entire
hurt.
group, we are
She's
all
part
on
of
our
the
way
group
to
now?
jail. Except
Put them
for
in
me,
cells.
I got taken to an interrogation room so they could find some reason to lock me up for good.
Ben, I'm Detective Nikosha.
Last time, I was able to get released on bail, but this time, they're requesting that I be held in jail a month until my court date. But there's honestly nothing for me to hide, so I went through the entire story with them to show the detective that this whole thing is just a big misunderstanding.
I mean, if you think about it, 83-year-old man versus $400 million company. Even though the $400 million
company.
You know, I wish we could just send him an email, like show up to court this day. That would be so easy for us. But this is how the law works. Like, that's not my fault. Like, I don't make the law. If I made the law, send him an email, and they're like, he doesn't want your papers. You just have to figure out civilly. I'm like, this is the civil method, you know. Like, To do it civilly, you have to serve. They're like, well, then just sue them then. I'm like, that's what we're doing. Like, do you see how this
They don't know how the law works.
I am very interested.
You know why they don't know how the law works? For one, they put each other in these positions. And for two, they break the law so often they can't keep up.
Josh's side of the story, because I think he said it might have been heroin in the car or something, and they did like a 3-hour search on our car. Obviously no heroin, so I don't know what Josh is telling them to that we're doing, but suing him is not working for us.
Especially if he keeps calling and then they find nothing. And then turns out they're not breaking the law every time. That's false reporting.
So,
wasting emergency services.
Right after I mentioned this GoFundMe, the investigator wanted to leave the room.
Hang tight here, and then I'll be back with you, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Something about me mentioning this GoFundMe really caught his attention.
All right. Good. Well, I'd just like to know more about this, like, GoFundMe. Like I said, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, we were just trying to get, so basically what ended up happening is Ben got arrested, which we were pretty blown away he got arrested, but I'm like, all right, I'll take over now. Like, I don't want you to get in any more trouble. And he's like, yeah, I can't get in any more trouble. Like if you take over, like that, that was my decision. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. What other questions do you, like, I guess, have? Because there's not really, I guess, much else to say in the situation, to be honest. That's just the whole thing that just happened. Yeah. I mean, I'm honestly,
don't say anything else.
Kind of shocked to be arrested at this point for that. Yeah, this is definitely a very strange thing to be getting interrogated about, especially considering from my angle and the evidence I've seen, the overwhelming evidence that they just blatantly stole from this guy. It's like us trying to then do a GoFundMe to get him his money back, and I'm the one, getting put in cuffs. It's crazy.
I guess the detective didn't get what he was looking for, so he decided to interview the rest of the group.
It's a big project to me. I was like, okay, like it's for a good cause. How are you doing?
And for some reason, he was trying to get all of them to admit that the GoFundMe was my idea.
Hello. Obviously, Ben was behind the GoFundMe idea as well, right?
I don't know whose idea that was, because I kind of just started, I think they...
But he was supportive of it as his channel, right? He said, oh yeah, let's do this for the channel. From my understanding. Was that kind of your ideas to do this video?
Does that become criminal that he supports a GoFundMe? That seems like it should just be a lawsuit. And after all that's happened, like, bro, give me a break here. Give me a fucking break.
With the GoFundMe and all that.
But I wasn't afraid to admit that I actually made the GoFundMe for Brian, because a GoFundMe is a safe, legal way to raise money for a family if they got all their stuff stolen. I should be risking nothing by admitting this.
Basically, the police told me, do not take this man to court, or else he will get arrested. And so I was like, just thinking, and we're like, let's do a GoFundMe, And that was their solution.
Oh, so it was his? But still, it doesn't matter.
Wrong.
We're going to book you back into the jail.
What?
Okay? The creation of the GoFundMe, right? We're blasting this person all over saying, hey, he's...
I didn't hear about this.
So creating the GoFundMe was illegal?
When I asked the detective how creating a GoFundMe was probable cause to send me to jail, this was his response.
A lot of this stuff you may have to just get an attorney and fight it in the criminal side of court, right?
Okay, should I go back?
Yeah, go ahead and stand up.
Okay.
I got an officer right here that's got
all right.
his cuffs
Let's fucking go. I know he's out.
I'll be able to hear Josh's side of the story, because I think he's said a lot of lies to you guys.
It'll be, and I never talked to Josh, but it'll be documented in the report as well.
Okay, thank you so much.
But the detective was lying. The police have illegally redacted every single claim Josh has made about me, and when I finally go to court, I'm going to be completely blind to what I'm even being charged for. The worst part is that the police officers took away my bail, so now I have to wait a month in jail.
Uh-huh. Oh no. Dude, this is so crazy that I wanted him to spend a month in jail just so I didn't fucking have any more suspense like this. Damn it! I'm just kidding though, but like, what the fuck? It just keeps going.
However, I ended up getting extremely lucky. When a judge ended up reviewing this arrest, they thought the whole thing was so stupid and ended up releasing me on bail. So now, at least I'm a free man until my court case.
Let's go, man, baby! The illegal act that I committed was mentioning that Josh stole the Legos in our GoFundMe. So if you say who the thief is, then that is illegal for us to do that.
Is it?
Now, I just have to wait for court. And honestly, I'm not excited. My entire life, I was taught if you steal from people, you get in trouble. And if you help people, you get rewarded.
Uh-huh.
But I guess I was just taught a lie.
Yup.
By me trying to help and do the right
fucked
thing,
up, ain't it?
all I did was just screw everything up and get all of my friends in trouble. I couldn't fix anything, and now with all the charges I got in this video, I'm looking at least 5 years in jail. But I finally accept my fate. I failed, and now it's time to go home.
What you got?
Before I made it home, one of my roommates called me saying that a police officer just showed up to our house.
Oh, fuck off!
So it rings the doorbell, and he's like, "Is Mr. Snyder here?" I was like, "Why?" I was like, "Can I deliver a message for you?" He's like, "How could you deliver a message?" He said it just like that. He was like, "Just tell him he has a warrant for his arrest." Like, he thought he was in an action movie type walk off, and that was his like end scene line.
If I had to guess, I'd say that Bricks and Minifigs has seen that I am a free man, and they can't have me actively working on my lawsuit against them. And considering how many lies Bricks and Minifigs has made about me in this video,
Hey, fuck you, man. You stole them, bitch.
I stole the Legos?
American Park Police Department, make yourself known. Included in the warrant are Legos.
Wait. So when he said, I stole the Legos, they took that as him admitting it? And that's why they raided him? Are you serious?
imagine of what I'm being accused of doing now. So immediately, I called the Utah Police Department to see what my warrant was for.
Someone showed up at my house today saying that there was a warrant out for my arrest.
If that warrant says a no bail, those are the ones that are more serious.
The only thing the police department could tell me is that I do have a warrant, but this time the judge approved it that I will have no bail. And I am now a physical threat to Josh, the person the police are protecting. So basically, at any moment now, I could be arrested without bail for some mystery crime. There really is only one thing that I can do now.
Well, I'm in Mexico now, and the American police
Wow.
have no authority here.
Wow. Dude, what the fuck? He had to run? He went on the run because the fucking government was after him? Over Legos? And it's all lies and connected to the Mormon cult? Whoa! I don't even know what to say, man.
What's going on? What the heck is that thing? Can you get loose on that?
That's cool.
But at this moment, I realized what I had to do. Bricks and Minifigs thinks they can just bully anyone who tries to stop them in committing their crimes. And what's the only way to stop a bully? To stand up to them.
If me posting this picture online once got the city this upset where they had to arrest me, just think about how upset they'd be if thousands of people started wearing it.
Which is why the picture that got me arrested, I'm putting that picture on a shirt.
And you can buy this merch at WeStealFromOldPeople.com. So go right now. It's gonna be sick.
And yeah, all of the law enforcement that's protecting Bricks and Minifigs is gonna be pissed. But there's nothing they can do because I'm in Mexico.
Anyways, part 3 is
We're in Mexico. Isn't that from Delta Farce?
now live on my Patreon at patreon.com/RecklessBen.
Also on Patreon, you'll find tons of behind-the-scenes content, plus the movie I made that all the streaming services rejected once they saw how gnarly it was. And all of the money I make goes directly towards trying to fight Bricks and Minifigs so they stop doing bad things to people.
I might have to check that out just for myself. Because I don't feel comfortable, reacting to somebody's Patreon videos. And it'd probably be illegal anyway. Which I'm not going to do that.
Also, make sure to donate to the GoFundMe we set up for Brian. I'm not really sure if I'm allowed to promote this. I mean, I got arrested just for creating this thing, but I'm gonna do it anyways.
He's in
Everyone
Mexico.
donate to this GoFundMe. I'm in Mexico now. The police can't do anything to me here.
Oh, man, I'm so glad there's more right now. That's why I waited, man. I didn't want to get left on a cliffhanger. So Reckless Ben didn't have a video about this, or he hasn't yet. But Charlie did, so I'm going to react to that.
Yeah, even more unhinged craziness in this huge Lego scandal with Bricks and Minifigs has just unfolded. The Utah Police Department that was responsible for a lot of the inexplicably hostile and ridiculous behavior that we talked about yesterday with part 2 from Reckless Ben's investigation, that police department has now sent forth its softest gesture to try and explain their side of things and justify a lot of what's now been put into the public eye. And this guy is so soft-spoken, it is very difficult to even hear him in the first place. This guy must have just had his fucking tonsils removed. So, I'm just giving you fair warning. It's going to be hard to hear it, but what you can hear is all the bullshit that he's driveling out. And it's so interesting because there have been numerous opportunities now for Bricks and Minifigs and now the American Fork Police Department here to actually start debunking things if there is another side to this, if everyone is being misled by Ben's videos and it's like manipulated footage and out of context to make them all look bad. It's all like this big dubious plot. If that was the case, then why hasn't Bricks and Minifigs been able to issue a response that is trustworthy? Their last response had multiple lies in it that are provably incorrect, especially in regards to the consignment, and there's now been 2 instances of the Bricks and Minifigs top brass going on live streams to try and defend and justify their actions, and it's been a fumble. That has been a fucking floundering of the ages there. They haven't been able to explain their side or debunk any of the claims here or anything. And again, their official statement was littered with lies that are easily provably wrong. So, Bricks and Minifigs hasn't been able to defend themselves with any evidence or proof, and now the American Fork Police Department comes forward and also can't do that either, telling multiple lies that are immediately provably wrong. So all of the evidence, the actual evidence being provided, is solely from Ben. That is the only place where you can actually, with your own eyes and ears, see and hear what's been going on. From Bricks and Minifigs and now the police department, the American Fork Police Department, their defense is, trust us. You just have to take our word for it. It's all hoopla. They're manipulating and misleading you. If that's the case, then prove your side. Stalking and harassment over nothing, and he's been unable to prove any of his claims. He just keeps falling back on, I've been mean and weird and harassing about it, that kind of thing. If the evidence is on Bricks and Minifigs' side and the police department side, why can't they provide it and show it? Why is their defense always just, take us at our word, when their word has meant literally nothing? Yeah, here. I haven't watched the police department's video on it yet. I'll pull it up.
My name is...
Okay. Brother, do you mind turning up the volume? Holy, it's actual ASMR.
I can't hear that.
Wow. I cannot really hear him. Why is he whispering? Are his parents asleep in the next room? What is this?
I'd like to address the members of our American Fork and Cedar Hills community regarding some videos currently circulating.
I'm just going to have to affect the audio.
On social media that have been presented in a way that calls into question some of the actions of our departments.
And we can't have that. You're not allowed to question the actions of our department. We do nothing wrong. Why is it so fucking quiet? I can hardly hear him. I actually can barely hear him. I need to bass boost this guy.
Should have turned on the captions.
Deep fry his ass. Holy, I actually can't hear it at all. Maybe this. Let me see if that helps.
These videos are affiliated with an influencer on YouTube and other social media platforms and stem from a dispute involving Legos that originates in the state of Oregon. In this message...
I actually have to turn on subtitles. Bro, I can't hear you.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
I'm going to turn mine
Use
off
your
now.
outside voice, please. Oh, wow.
Mr. Johnson reported that earlier that same day, a suspicious male had been at his residence. He stated the male was wearing a baseball cap with a UPS logo taped onto it. Mr. Johnson also reported that a suspicious package had been left at the residence. He explained that what appeared suspicious was that the shipping label did not look legitimate. The package was later determined to contain rubber ducks. I believe the male was an individual named Benjamin Snyder, who, according to Johnson...
I can't believe it.
Mr. Johnson further explained that civil proceedings were occurring in Oregon and stated that he believed Snyder was sending individuals to his home to harass him. While officers...
To serve him, brother, they can only go forward if he gets served the papers, which is what he was trying to explain to the officers that were called out there numerous times, literally countless times. How else, like, he can't go himself because Josh is a bitch and has, like, formally trespassed him, so if he shows up, he goes to jail for it.
Yep. also been known to be unapproachable with lawsuits. I don't know what they thought they were going to accomplish with this video. It ain't doing what they thought it would. They're morons. Why would you think this would work? Just give them back the fucking Legos. Holy shit, man. Gonna ruin a guy's life over $200,000. Actually fucking disgusting. The police department, that court system, Bricks and Minifigs, they all deserve to crumble.
But by law, through the legal process, he has to serve those papers. So, like, what's he supposed to do? Now, the rubber ducks, that's probably something totally separate. I'm sure that probably doesn't tie directly in to serving him the papers. But, brother, it's not harassing him to try and serve him the legal documents. This is a legit tactic process servers use, by the way. The rubber ducks is? Let me look that up.
Yep.
I'm very unfamiliar.
No, not the rubber ducks. The package.
No, like using disguises. Oh, that I know. I thought you were talking about the rubber ducks.
Yeah.
No, I know about that. That's a very common thing. I thought you were talking about sending rubber ducks for some reason as, like, first contact.
That'd be hilarious.
Officer
It will be
Thomas
now.
Issued Adams a trespass warning at Mr. Johnson's request and instructed him not to return to Mr. Johnson's residence. At approximately the same time, Officer Richardson arrived in the area and located a dark-colored Hyundai vehicle. Richardson initiated a traffic stop on the vehicle for failing to stop before the stop line at a stop sign and failing to stop completely at that stop sign.
Does this guy then go on to say the officer was incorrect? Because we have the dash cam. He realizes this lie is immediately debunked when you look at the dash cam. They stopped at the stop sign. This is a provable lie. Surely he goes on to say that the officer was incorrect, right? Obviously, he's gonna mention that, no doubt.
As you can see, we didn't even do a rolling stop. We fully stopped at the stop sign. So this is an illegal traffic stop.
That's a clip from Ben's video that just shows in broad daylight, no smoke and mirrors, no baloney. They stopped at that stop sign. Just wanted to dump that in here as a little refresher because what the spokesperson here for the police department is stating is provably false. There is a video, this is from the officer's own dash cam. So either this guy hasn't seen the evidence and is deciding to do this anyway to beclown himself, or they are knowingly...
I don't think that he did it himself. I think he was told to do it. It's not like this guy went out on his own volition as a police officer in uniform to make a video. No, he was told to do it.
Lying. I'm more inclined to believe the latter because this isn't the only lie he tells. He tells multiple lies that are provably wrong based on all of the publicly available evidence.
Richardson contacted the driver, who identified himself as Tyler Shaw. A rear passenger also identified himself as Benjamin Schneider. When Officer Tonga arrived at the...
Nope, nothing about it being incorrect about the not stopping at the stop sign. Nothing about that. You know your own evidence contradicts your statement, right? This is is this a crime? Are you allowed to just lie about the circumstances of this? I don't know.
Cops are allowed to lie.
I'm not a police officer. I'm not a lawyer.
Contact him as part of the investigation.
I don't know about this, though. Maybe that's just like to get evidence, but this isn't getting evidence. I don't know. I don't know the laws behind that. I'm not a lawyer.
There's got to be a way to turn this guy up. There's got to be.
Whatever.
I can't even focus on what he's saying because I can hardly fucking hear it. I feel like I'm taking like a physical with the doctor right now to check my hearing. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable how soft-spoken this guy is.
To contact Mr. Johnson because, according to Snyder, their civil case could not proceed without an attempt at verbal reconciliation.
I mean, it's not just according to them, it's according to law, brother. Why are you making it sound like that's up for debate? It's literally part of the legal process. I don't know why he's trying to frame it that way.
During the interaction,
see those
Officer
comments
Frotton
that were behind
indicated he believed Shaw's eyes appeared glossy and expressed concern regarding possible impairment.
They better start deleting comments. They better not, but those comments didn't look like they were in your favor, bro. Corruption caught in 4K.
You're not going to mention why they got, like, why this has happened now? Because someone put in a tip that they had heroin?
Who liked
Are we
this?
just glossing over that? Did I miss it because I can't fucking hear this guy at all? Sounds like he's talking to me from underwater. We're not going to address the fact that you have just pulled them over because someone gave you a tip that they have heroin, so now you're acting off of just like a fraudulent lie, and now you're saying, oh, his eyes looked glossy.
And then they kept fucking with him.
We're not going to bring that up? Interesting.
Oh, man. That was 29,000 views, 184 likes, probably bots, a lot of it.
Very interesting.
Officer Hawkins asked Shaw if he would be willing to participate in field sobriety testing to ensure he was safe to drive. Shaw agreed. Field sobriety tests were conducted and no signs of impairment were observed.
No shit.
During this same time, while Officer Hawkins was conducting his investigation, Officer Fraughton used his police service dog to conduct an open-air sniff around the vehicle. Fraughton's police service dog alerted to the presence of the odor of a controlled substance. No illegal substances were located inside of the vehicle.
I've been through that, man. I've been searched so many times. They have signals they'll give a dog to make them alert.
Residents taking photographs of the home.
Oh, police officers don't do that. That's illegal. Yeah, it is.
The female was described as wearing long, fake, curly hair. Shortly afterward, Joshua Johnson contacted police and reported he was going to shoot someone as a result of the ongoing harassment. Multiple officers immediately responded to the area. While en route, Officer Sumbot with the American Fork Police Department.
That seems like a really interesting thing just to get through pretty quickly. He kind of spit that out as if it was nothing, but to me that was kind of eye-opening. So he called the police because once again they have shown up to try and figure out a way to serve him these legal papers that he's avoiding like Garfield on Mondays. And now he's told the police, they're here again and I'm going to shoot.
Yeah, do you have the right to defend your property in Oregon or Utah? I don't know where that was. It was in one of those. I'm betting not. Maybe in Utah.
Someone. Pardon? What? That's pretty alarming behavior, I'd say. From everything I've seen and from everything even the police have described, there's been nothing threatening to Josh or his family's safety or anything. They are just trying every possible option to get him to take these papers as part of the legal
No, there is a threat to safety here. A threat to his $200,000 that he stole, which is much more than that now. This ain't $200,000 anymore. This is like fucking 10 million. No, it's 400 million. Because that's how much the company is worth. The corporation, whatever. Words. Technicalities. Blah, blah.
Process that they are required to do, and now he's saying that he was going to shoot one of them for this continued attempt to make contact for getting served these papers? Is that?
I'm not leaving this off with low energy Charlie, by the way. I'm gonna get into the Patreon stuff too. That shit's nuts.
Not like something that's a big deal? I think it probably should be.
Mr. Johnson stated that the prior owner, Crystal Law, had reported...
No, we already know this part. You're just going to tell them that lie.
...to the store to secure the franchise location and protect company assets. Mm-hmm. Mr. Johnson further...
It's not company assets, by the way, since they didn't pay for it and apparently don't do consignment, so it's not theirs.
Mansell. But according to Johnson, Mansell had not been paid. Mr. Johnson stated that when he arrived at the Oregon franchise location, Mansell demanded payment from Johnson and his business partner. Johnson reported that corporate representatives advised him they would address the consignment issue directly.
I don't believe he actually formally demanded anything.
However, Johnson claimed that Mansell continued attempting to hold Johnson and his business partner personally responsible under the agreement. Mr. Johnson also...
Pretty reasonable.
There were Lego sets believed to belong to Mansell that remained at the store. According to Johnson, they offered to return those items, but Mansell refused and continued demanding compensation. Mr. Johnson alleged that Mansell had hired Benjamin Snyder to harass, stalk, vandalize the store, threaten to murder the man...
Threaten to murder?
And forge signature.
The forged signatures apparently ties into the rubber duck, so maybe that's true, but threaten to murder the manager of the store?
Is he acting like nobody's seen this video? Everybody's seen this video. Everybody's covering it. If anybody at all is on the internet, they know.
What? Yeah, just like Josh believed that there was heroin in Ben's vehicle, which obviously wasn't true. Huh. What an interesting thought there. What an interesting theory. So they're saying now that they offered to return the Legos and Brian refused. That would be news to me.
News to everybody.
Because even when their fucking COO or CEO, whoever it was that went on stream to beclown himself publicly last night,
I didn't see that.
Even he was like, we're not giving them back. or whatever. So it seems like they really don't want to give them back. I don't know if that option was ever on the table. Or maybe it's like in part one, where Josh was like, oh yeah, you just have to give me an apology and I'll get them right back to you. So they go through all of that, and then he never gives them back. He just keeps kicking the can down the road and still never gives them back.
Johnson then explained to Officer Sumbot several incidences from the previous days, allegedly involving Snyder and or Snyder's affiliates. Officer Sumbot informed Mr. Johnson that Snyder stated he was present with a process server to serve legal paperwork.
Is that right? It's because the Legos they offered to return were valued between $2.5 to $5K, so it was a small fraction of what they stole. Is that it? So they did offer to give him back like 2 sets from the collection? Like, all right, here, scram, here's 2 sets back. So that's what he's referring to?
Johnson claimed the paperwork was fraudulent. Officer Sumbot again contacted Snyder, who stated they needed to physically deliver copies of the paperwork to Mr. Johnson. Officer Sumbot's report states, Snyder told me he was following the government's instructions and that Johnson keeps calling the cops on him to avoid getting in trouble for his crimes. Snyder said this is the 3rd time Johnson has called the cops because he thinks that if he keeps calling the cops on him, he can get away with it. But we are showing him that he's not going to get away with these crimes. Snyder
Fair. That sounds good.
To take the paperwork to Mr. Johnson, which Officer Sumbot did in an attempt to help Mr. Snyder. Officer Sumbot advised Mr. Johnson that the paperwork appeared to be related to a claim and a case that originated in Oregon. Mr. Johnson stated that he had already contacted the Oregon Law Enforcement Agency with jurisdiction, which was the Kaiser Police Department, and had been told that nothing had been filed. Mr. Johnson also stated he believed this...
That's interesting, considering there's evidence that it had been filed that the officers even looked at, too.
...and declined to accept service.
Okay.
Contacted the Marion County Circuit Court in Oregon to verify the legitimacy of the paperwork. The court confirmed that the case was indeed legitimate, but that papers had already been served and no hearing date had yet been scheduled.
That would be big if true. Doesn't seem true, though.
Yeah. So this is what you're trying to serve them with? Yes. That's required by the court that we have. I wish we could. So. Okay. You okay if I give these papers to them? Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Oh, do they show this with no redactions?
Okay, we might need you to fill out some documents later then, as proof of service, if that's okay, but because whoever serves them has to fill out a proof of service and might have to fill out some court papers, but
Nope, still redacted. Cool. So we'll go ahead and take the full department's word
Where's the law?
He does not want the paper. So he does not want the papers? Here's that back for you.
Where's the law? Accidentally pressed the wrong button because my fucking phone's not working. We're the law. You have to listen to us. We are right. You are wrong. We have all of the information. Trust us. Yeah, nobody trusts the law. The law is not in the people's favor. It is in favor of money.
So we'll go ahead and take the full department's word on it.
He does not want the paper. So he does not want the papers? Here's that back for you. Okay. He wanted you trespassed.
While officers were speaking with the involved parties, a sign was also located on the park strip across from Mr. Johnson's residence.
That's so interesting. If the actual order of events is he had already been served the papers appropriately and this was all for content, it surely would have been really easy to let us see that conversation and him prove that he had already gotten the service.
I think he walked up and warned him. He was like, hey, this kid's trying to serve you papers. You accept them? Nope. Like, straight up looked bad, so they had to cut it.
But I guess we just have to trust the American Fork Police Department that they're being truthful. We know Josh is a real upstanding guy. We know he's no nonsense, straight as an arrow. So we should extend that same courtesy to the American Fork Police Department, which has already told 2 bold-faced lies in this statement already alone. Provable lies, by the way. I want to linger on that for just a minute. So the claim is that Josh declined it because he said that he had already been properly served these papers, so this was all just a content thing. Why does the officer just immediately take Josh at his word, and why can't we see that conversation if all of this is truly by the book? This doesn't debunk anything. This is still the exact same order of events that is presented in Ben's video. He declines the service. I decided to look into this, and from what I can tell, you can't even do that as just like a normal civilian. If an officer is serving you legal papers, and peppers probably, you can't just be like, I don't want it. Take it back. You still get served those papers. Like, you have to be. Like, if the officer is the one doing it, there isn't a way to just be like, I'm kind of full. My tummy, I couldn't have another bite. I shan't. Now, from what I can tell, you can physically refuse to touch them, but once the officer is there and confirms everything and is attempting to serve you these papers, it then constitutes the process moving forward. Why doesn't that count for Josh? Well, why is he allowed to just be like, oh, no, we're already way past
So if that's true, this is moving forward.
that, so take that and scram. And then the process stops there for him. Why is that allowed? Like, I don't get it. I don't see why that's allowed for Josh when it doesn't appear to be
Yeah, you don't get it because it's bullshit.
Allowed for, like, ordinary people.
Officers had already given Snyder earlier warnings. Snyder responded that he believed he was following court procedure. An individual commits stalking if the individual intentionally or knowingly engages...
See, I knew that's what it was going to be. Should have never talked to the police.
...in a course of conduct directed at a specific individual. And
I bet my fart was more audible than this guy's entire speech so far.
...would cause a reasonable person to fear for the individual's own safety or the safety of another, or to suffer other emotional distress.
Funny he says suffer, because he's gonna suffer. Suffer, bitch! Suffer! Suffer, Bricks and Minifigs! You're gonna crumble!
Utah law defines a course of conduct as 2 or more acts directed toward a specific individual, including, but not limited to, following, monitoring, observing, photographing, surveilling, or communicating to or about an individual. It also includes approaching or confronting an individual, appearing at an individual's residence, contacting an individual's neighbors.
No, I get it. Like, you can definitely make the argument that it would be like stalking or harassment adjacent, but if the orders of the legal system are to serve these papers, and he constantly uses the police department as his own fucking hound dogs to prevent him from doing that, what else is he supposed to do? How else do you serve those papers? They're really fixated on that element as opposed to giving the solution of how he's supposed to lawfully serve these papers in the event that they are refusing the service. I'm genuinely, what else do? You get a process servicer, which is what he did, right? Wasn't that the legal processor? So, like, they did. So what's the other method? If you can't do email and you can't do phone, it has to be physical.
The other method is just to stop. Just let it happen. Let the corporation steal that money from that old man who's dying.
For whatever fucking reason. And they just keep saying, nuh-uh. What else, like, how else are you supposed to do it that doesn't somehow...
There is no other way.
...tiptoe on this line of what is stalking adjacent. Like, I get...
They make it very, very difficult for actual people when they have issues to go after these corporations.
Like the filming and stuff, yeah, you could definitely make that as a stronger case, whatever. But the guy is still just refusing it. That still seems like you should be more on the side of the person trying to deliver this lawful order from the legal system to the guy who knowingly still hasn't paid out the small claims court loss that he owes. He is still dodging that, which is a crime. So I don't know, just what's the solution then? I'd love to hear the American Fork Police Department explain it. I'd love to know. The server does it on your behalf, which is what they tried. Even the officer.
Why does that say 0 likes now? What happened there? Oh, is this a different video? Well, and the subscribers went up. What? I don't get what. Okay, whatever, YouTube.
In this, like in the video, and even in their own body cam, the officer was going to be the server, but Josh said no. So he didn't serve it, and they redacted the entire conversation suspiciously. Or not suspicious, obviously, there's nothing fishy going on there. But like, even a police officer who went to serve it didn't successfully serve it because Josh said no. So then what do? It still counts as served at that point? Not in the system, it doesn't. How would they know? How would they know if it counts as served if the guy said no?
Well, it's on video, and the cop, they are admitting that they took him the papers and he refused them.
Because you have to submit it. And like Ben said, I think he's right, I have heard of this, the submitter, like the actual processor, the person that serves it, has to also fill it out to confirm that it has been served. So I don't think you can just be like, it was close enough, so it counts. But you could make the case that it's overboard because of, like, he kept showing up. But again, without a whole lot of options, how else are you even going to attempt to pursue justice in a case like this?
Cause that Snyder had committed the offenses of stalking and targeted residential picketing under Utah law. Snyder was subsequently arrested and transported to the Utah County Jail.
That was his first arrest. That arrest happened right after they learned that the lawsuit and everything was legitimate. So the officer got that information, confirmed it through the official channels, and then they immediately went to arrest him, by the way.
And observed 4 individuals hanging a sign directly across from Johnson's residence. The sign appeared to be either the same sign or a replica of the sign that was referenced in case 26AF02033. Officer Richardson contacted the group and asked what they were doing. The group stated they were supporting a GoFundMe campaign for a dying man. One of the individuals, later identified as Sheldon Norcross, voluntarily showed Officer Richardson his phone to display the GoFundMe.
Voluntarily?
While viewing the phone...
Wait, was that the guy who snatched his phone out of his hand? No, that wasn't the same guy, right?
Officer Richardson observed that Norcross was actively engaged in a FaceTime call. Officer Richardson asked Norcross who it was he was speaking with, and specifically asked whether it was Benjamin Schneider. Norcross confirmed Schneider was on the FaceTime call.
God, he's like their boogeyman over there in Utah.
The known facts and the elements of Utah's stalking statute, and taking into consideration the new actions from that day, Officer Richardson established probable cause to arrest Schneider for an additional count of stalking.
Jesus.
Richardson believed Schneider was coordinating conduct through third parties that constituted a continued course of conduct under the statute we reviewed. Officer Richardson then decided to seize Norcross's phone, pending the approval of a search warrant, in order to preserve potential evidence and prevent the deletion
or
alteration of any data. According to Officer Richardson's report, when Norcross was informed that the phone was going to be seized, Norcross immediately began manipulating the device.
Oh my god, he's actually going for it. He's alting. That manipulating the device, it's all on camera, by the way. He went to lock his phone. That's the manipulation they're talking about on the device. Making it sound like he went in there with like a fucking magnet or something to start like tampering with it, and he...
Which wouldn't work. There's almost no way to destroy evidence quickly on a phone like that. On any phone. Ridiculous, man. Unless you like have something installed, I guess.
Racing it like he hacked into the mainframe. Because the officer fucking freaked out. He's like, don't do it. And he's like reaching for his gun or something. Don't do it. You're destroying evidence. Because he locked his phone. It's all on camera, by the way. So now it is officially, they are doubling down on that, digging their heels in, saying that he was manipulating the device.
How about that?
Implying that he was trying to hide nefarious activity and shit.
Fire all of them. Put them all in prison.
Richardson wrote in his report.
Nothing's gonna happen to these officers, I guarantee. Might get something done about the Legos, but these officers are still gonna be corrupt as fuck, probably. I bet it goes deeper and beyond this one police department, too.
Norcross then immediately opened his phone and began manipulating it, which led myself and Lieutenant Adamson to believe he was attempting to destroy evidence on his device. At that point, Officer Richardson and Lieutenant Adamson forcibly removed the phone from Norcross's grasp after what Richardson describes in his report as a very brief altercation.
Altercation? You just took his phone and that was it. That was the end of it.
Hey, let's show the video of that.
At this time, officers did not know where Schneider was located.
Okay.
While still on scene, Officer Richardson received information from an American Fork resident stating that several YouTubers had been renting an Airbnb property from this citizen.
This is when they raid it.
Airbnb with the intent to arrest Schneider for an additional count of stalking.
So it really seems like the entire community over here, like the Mormon community here, is all over Josh's meat to like really ride or die for him. So now they're just snitching on them just having an Airbnb. That seems completely unprompted that one of the residents was like, there's some YouTubers that bought this Airbnb. Go raid them with guns, please, ASAP. That's scary. That's some freaky shit.
Freaky deaky.
Upon arrival, officers developed probable cause, including information gathered from video surveillance from the Airbnb, to believe that Schneider had entered the residence and had not yet exited. Officers then prepared a search warrant affidavit requesting authorization to enter the residence to locate and arrest Schneider. During contact with the Airbnb...
By the way, they don't do this for real stalkers. They would never do this to a real stalker. For an average normal citizen, if you have a stalker that is like a threat to your actual life, they would never go this far. You would be dead in the ground before they...
Even for celebrities, they don't do this. Even for streamers, people who are connected to the corporation directly, they don't do this for them.
Ever even thought of acting.
owner. The owner reported overhearing conversations about possible stolen Legos. Specifically, officers wrote in the search warrant affidavit, the homeowner also disclosed that he could hear multiple individuals inside the residence speaking about possibly stolen Lego toys they had taken.
How reliable.
Added a request within the search warrant affidavit seeking authorization.
We heard some like crackhead say that he thought he heard them talking about Legos they stole.
Including Lego merchandise. 4th District Judge Roger W.
Wait. Hold on. So, you received a tip that they stole a bunch of Legos. What about whenever they accused Bricks and Minifigs of stealing Legos? Where was that at? Where was the raid off of the tip? Give me a fucking break, dude. Miss me with that shit.
By the way, this is exactly what Josh said he would do if he pursued legal action against him, if he tried to sue him. Josh said point blank, you stole the Legos then, bitch, how about that? So you have two choices. You can shut the fuck up, or we can go this route. Ben didn't shut up, and now all of a sudden they've got a search warrant here about some stolen Legos that...
The Mormon Mafia! It's the Mormon Mafia! The Mormon Lego Mafia! It goes so deep, even police departments are involved. And more, probably.
They got from an anonymous guy who was apparently just chit-chatting, thinking that he heard them talking about the stolen Legos they have.
It's because they heard that call where he's been calling him Schneider. Ben Schneider said, I stole the minifigs, and that's what he's going off of. I guarantee it.
And approved the search warrant. Officers executed the warrant as a knock and announce warrant. What this means is that our officers take the time to knock on the door, to present themselves as officers, and to inform anyone inside that they have a search warrant. As they were doing this, individuals came to the door. During Snyder's detention, Lieutenant Adamson took hold of Snyder's right arm. Lieutenant Adamson later reported that he felt Snyder tense his arm, at which point Adamson moved Snyder's right arm behind his back to place him into custody. Mr. Snyder later addressed this incident in one of his YouTube videos. In the X-ray image displayed by Mr. Snyder in that video, a small L is visible in the upper right-hand corner of the X-ray. The L indicates the image is that of the left shoulder. The video shows Lieutenant Adamson handling Schneider's right arm during the arrest.
Oh, that's interesting.
Officers documented no complaints of arm or shoulder pain by Mr. Snyder during his detention, transport, or booking process at the jail. All 5 individuals were transported to the American Fork Police Department.
That is a weird one.
Due to limited interview room availability.
I don't know how X-rays work.
The individual.
That was just a stock image. In the video, is it just a stock image? I didn't look too hard at it. What the officer fails to address, though, is why he did that in the first place. The officer said that Ben was attempting to run, or gave him an indication that he was about to run, which is why he roughed him up there, why he grabbed him in the first place. I don't know why that slips through here with him not addressing that. Is the X-ray in the bin video just stock? That would make sense because it's not like they're going to give him an X-ray in the pen. So that would make sense if he just grabbed the stock image.
Yeah, to show.
Yeah, it's even disclosed that it is just a stock image in the video. Got it. So this is him trying to dunk on it for being misleading.
Oh, yeah. I completely missed that he said it was a stock image.
While ignoring the fact that he shouldn't have been grabbing Ben's arm like that in the first place because he wasn't attempting to run. It is provably wrong in the body cam. He is not uncooperative or giving any indication he's about to flee. So it shouldn't have happened to begin with. Can't hear the audio? Hey, take that up with the American Fork Police Department. File a complaint. Have them fire their audio engineer or have them hire one because this shit is abominable. I've done all I can for it. That's on them.
Agreed to interviews with detective.
Well, really, he hasn't done all he can. He can install a sound booster and just boost the sound, but he's not going to do that because he's not very smart. He uses, what is that, Opera? He's using Opera as his browser. Like, come on, man. Why are you not using Brave? Probably because he was getting paid to use Opera. I don't know. I wouldn't use them.
Nicosia. The contents of those interviews are documented in the Associated Police reports, which will be made available through a link accompanying this.
You can't because they took down their website. They moved it to the Bricks and Minifigs official site, I bet.
Appeared to have been acting at the...
They're private contractors now.
Snyder. These 3 individuals were ultimately released from the police department. Mr. Snyder was subsequently transported to the Utah County Jail, where he was booked for an additional charge of stalking.
Cool. Who cares if it was bullshit?
I understand that many people following this situation online have strong feelings regarding the underlying business dispute out of Oregon and allegations that individuals may have lost significant amounts of money. I recognize that people are frustrated, angry, and may feel that justice has not been served in relation to those allegations. Those concerns are understandable. I understand them, and I'm empathetic to them.
No, you don't. No,
and
you aren't.
nothing in the actions taken by the American
Liar.
Fork Police Department should be
You
interpreted.
already lied multiple times. Maybe if you wouldn't have lied multiple times in this video, then maybe somebody would believe you. When you say you're empathetic and you understand. Yeah, I bet you understand. What a fucking bitch, dude.
As validating, supporting, or defending anyone involved in that separate civil.
How? How can you possibly say that with a straight face and a soft voice? At no point throughout this entire thing has a single law enforcement official from your department been anything but confrontational to Ben and his team. Despite a literal court victory, they continue to treat him as though everything he's presenting is fabricated and false, and instead constantly at the beck and call of Josh. How can you possibly even say that, man? What a joke. And that's a good point. The female cop that was on the scene like the first time with the Brandon Best, when he went to have like the civil discussion there, as lawfully ordered to do, she immediately regurgitated what Brandon Best was saying, instantly taking his side and supporting his account of the events. Again, the body cam betrays what you're saying, bro.
Or other conduct within our jurisdiction. We remain committed to enforcing the law fairly, objectively, and transparently.
Then get Josh's ass to court, bro. The whole...
Right, and bro, let me just tell you, cops ain't the smartest. If they were smart, they wouldn't be cops in the first place, man. There's a reason they don't get paid very much.
Thing could have been solved if he would just take the papers. Your officer couldn't
No, everything could have been solved if he would have gave the fucking Legos back. That's what this is about.
Give him the papers. Because he has more power than your department, I guess, where he can just say no. And he still hasn't paid out the settlement. What are you talking about, man? If that's what you want, then enforce the law fairly. Get Josh on the horn. Get his bitch ass in here. Do you even think they still have any of the sets? I'm sure they have some of the Legos, and they definitely have records of the ones that are sold. So they could easily do giving back the ones they still have, because I bet they still have it. I bet they stopped selling it after a certain point because it was so contentious. So they probably still have some of it.
No, I doubt it. I bet they're just completely fucking retarded. And they might have sold all of them. I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them to still be selling the sets. Because they're just retarded. They don't know how things work. They're just using the system in their favor of what they know. And whenever they don't know, they manipulate it. And who's going to stop them? They're the government. And it's such a small situation that nobody higher up will even care.
Could easily just pay back what they've already offloaded. So they could. They just refuse to. And the behavior of the COO or whatever on the stream from last night or whenever it was, reprehensible. The guy he's actually a worm.
I missed that.
He's
I'm gonna check that
genuinely
out.
a delusional worm. Because so far, there hasn't been a good defense. Bricks and Minifigs has not had any kind of real debunking. They have been provably wrong in their statements. Now the police have come forward with their account of things, and there are multiple lies that are just brazen. So there hasn't been any good defense yet. It is all on the side of Ben. And there's been ample opportunity for the American Fork Police Department, for Bricks and Minifigs to actually start debunking things and saying, no, this is what's wrong, this is what's manipulated, here's the facts to support us instead of Ben. But they haven't provided any of that. They have none of that. So I just don't see how there's even another angle they could play at.
And they're
From what
just
I
lying.
saw, Lego, the actual company, is even investigating the situation now. I wouldn't put a lot of stock into that. I imagine Lego would be far more on the side of Bricks and Minifigs than they would Ben.
I doubt it. I doubt it. Not whenever the court of public opinion is completely against them. And now Patreon, oh shit.
Because I believe companies view people like Ben as a disruptive actor that is more of a problem than a boon.
We'll see.
To their business. So I'm pretty confident Lego would side with Bricks and Minifigs. Why did Ben make the sign for content? How much of his actions are for content? So that's the thing I was saying, like the rubber ducks and stuff, that's not smart. The sign is a real thing, though. Because Josh would never open the door for him, and also Ben can't go near it because he's been trespassed, he'd get arrested. The sign was an attempt to get him to go out and take the sign down so that way the legal processor could serve him the papers, but he never did that and instead just used the police. So I do think some of it was a blend of like solely for content, like the rubber ducks to fuck with him. But the sign one, that was like a real thing. And it was on a public space, so he was well within his rights to do so.
He responded to the police. He responded. Oh, I can't even get to the Patreon thing yet, because this happened before it. Oh boy, okay. Here we go.
The American Fork Police Department has responded to the video I made about them.
I am the Chief of Police for the American Fork Police Department. I'd like to address the members of our American Fork and Cedar Hills community regarding some videos currently circulating on social media.
So now I will offer a response to their response. There's a lot of new information in this response that I've been wanting to get for a long time, so we'll go over that first. One of the main questions in my video was, why did I get swatted for stealing the Legos when this wasn't a mystery to the police officers and they knew that I didn't steal the Legos, that Josh stole the Legos.
He basically stole a $200,000 collection of Star Wars Legos.
But still, why did they raid my house for stealing the Legos when there's an overwhelming amount of evidence that Josh stole the Legos? When I requested the body cam footage of this to try to find the answers myself, they redacted everything, and they claimed it was to protect the victims. However, one of my friends set up a GoPro as we were getting swatted, and we caught the entire conversation on camera.
Included in the warrant are Legos.
For 3 months, the police department's answer has been, this redaction is important because it protects Josh, the victim of this case. However, we can clearly see that the police are looking for Legos, and they saw no Legos. And they redacted this because they were embarrassed that they made such a stupid decision to swat the wrong person.
Which you
can't do. They were so embarrassed of swatting my house for...
I don't think you can redact information just because it makes your department look stupid. Your department's stupid.
Stealing the Legos, that in all of the police reports, it is completely redacted. The police department wants this information hidden so bad that they're willing to break the law to hide this from everyone. The only reason I know about it is because the receipt I got the night I was released from jail and my friend's GoPro that was recording. So even though I've been asking them for 3 months why I got swatted, they finally came up with an answer, which is the Airbnb host told them that I stole the Legos.
During contact with the Airbnb owner, the owner reported overhearing conversations about possible stolen Legos. Specifically, officers wrote in the search warrant affidavit, the homeowner also disclosed that he could hear multiple individuals inside the residence
Is this China?
speaking about possibly stolen Lego toys they had taken. Based on that information, officers added a request within the search warrant affidavit seeking authorization to also search for and seize possible stolen property, including Lego merchandise. 4th District Judge Roger W. Griffin reviewed and approved the search warrant.
I always like giving people the benefit of the doubt, and I will take the police officer's word on this, but something fishy is going on here, and everything can just be cleared up if you unredact the audio and let everyone see the truth. Also, after we got raided and the police officers found no Legos, all of this footage has been redacted too. And my guess is if the police unredact this footage, we will find out the answers once and for all. While we were getting swatted, one of the police officers decided to injure me for absolutely no reason. He claims it's because I was trying to make a fast movement.
Don't move like that. You understand me? Don't move like that. Okay. Don't move quick. Everybody just chill.
But when we replay the footage, you can clearly see I was not making any fast movements.
Yeah,
However,
we saw that.
The police department has an answer to this.
During Snyder's detention, Lieutenant Adamson took hold of Snyder's right arm. Lieutenant Adamson later reported that he felt Snyder tense his arm, at which point Adamson moved Snyder's right arm behind his back to place him into custody.
The police department has made it clear I did not, in fact, make any quick movements like the police officer claims I did. So the police officer was lying, but not fully, because I did tense my arm. However, he lunges at me extremely fast before he even touches me. So how could he even know that I was tensing my arm before he even grabs me?
That's a good point.
That doesn't make any sense. There's only one solution. This police officer has psychic powers, and he could tell that my arm was tensing up before grabbing me. However, this makes no sense, because if the police officer did truly have psychic powers, he would have known that we were not the thieves, Josh and Brandon were the thieves. So this can't be the case either. I'm trying to have an open mind with these different possibilities of what this could be, but literally the only outcome left
when you break
is that
it down.
this police officer injured me for no reason. However, the police have another response to this of why I must be lying.
In the x-ray image displayed by Mr. Snyder in that video,
here we go.
A small L is visible in the upper right-hand corner
large
of
L
the
for
X-ray.
you.
The L indicates the image is that of the left shoulder.
Damn it, man. I'm hearing a goat crying out there. He's probably got his head stuck again. All right, well, I'll be right back.
The video shows Lieutenant Adamson handling Schneider's right arm during the arrest.
Yes, the stock footage I used to show what a dislocated shoulder is, an image that's clearly not mine because I didn't go to the hospital, I went to jail, so how could I have taken this picture? But anyways, the stock image I used is of a left shoulder when my shoulder that got injured was my right shoulder. When I was editing this, I like to think highly of my audience that they would have known that this was a stock image and I wouldn't have to spoon feed every tiny detail to my audience. But now I realize that there's another portion of my audience called the American Fork Police Department that maybe I do have to spoon feed every single piece of information to. So I'm going to use this as constructive criticism, and in every single episode going forward now that I know that the American Fork Police Department's watching, I will be forced to spoon feed every single detail. As a professional slackliner, dislocating my shoulder is almost a monthly thing for me.
That chatter was lying.
The whole weight of my arm is just on this bone.
Boon.
3 days before I got arrested,
Whoa.
I had a really bad ski accident where I had a
He was on Tosh.0? I saw that. I remember that. What the fuck?
Bad dislocation of my shoulder, and any movement at all would have dislocated it. So I will say here, I don't think that the police officer was purposely trying to injure me. I think to a normal person, this would have been fine. But for me in particular, this was not good, but it was still unjustified. And the police officer was just making up an excuse, and now they're making up an excuse to defend it. Another thing I find shocking is the chief of police, even after reviewing the dash cam footage, says that we ran a stop sign.
Richardson initiated a traffic stop on the vehicle for failing to stop before the stop line at a stop sign and failing to stop completely at that stop sign.
The chief of police looked at this video and said, we ran a stop sign. And now he's using that to say, this was a legal traffic stop. The police officers did nothing wrong. At this point, we thought the best thing to do was to take Josh to court so he can be legally accountable for the crimes he committed. However, to do that, we are first required to serve him court papers. So we did what the law told us to do. I got a process server, and we went to his house to do this the legal way. However, Josh did not want to do this the legal way, and instead called the police on us.
Joshua Johnson contacted police and reported he was going to shoot someone as a result of the ongoing harassment. Multiple officers immediately responded to the area.
Josh was so scared of going to court that he would rather shoot us than accept these court papers. Josh's logic here is that if he can murder the process server and if he can murder me, then he can get away with his crimes because there'll be no one to sue him in court. However, sadly for Josh, murder is illegal. And now he just admitted his plans to the police officers. The American Fork Police should at least be arresting Josh for trying to use murder as a way to get out of
And they were saying that he was the one threatening murder. And that's totally what happened here.
court. But sadly, for some reason, they arrested me instead.
Find you back. Am I being arrested? You're under arrest right now. Really?
Something about this seems off, and all of the answers are in the body cam footage. However, they redacted all the body cam footage. So this is where I think if we all come together as a community, we can somehow convince the American Fork Police Department to unredact this footage so we can find out why they arrested me.
You think they will?
And not the guy who threatened to murder me. However, the American Fork Police does not want to unredact the footage right now, and now have made up a new excuse of why I was the one justified being arrested.
Officer Sumbot contacted the Marion County Circuit Court in Oregon to verify the legitimacy of the paperwork. The court confirmed that the case was indeed legitimate, but that papers had already been served and no hearing date had yet been scheduled.
The police department said the reason they arrested me and not Josh this day is because they called to confirm if this was a real court case, and they said it was real. However, the papers have already been served, and now I'm doing this solely to get YouTube content. And if that's true, I would like to see footage of it. They released all the raw footage, and that part doesn't seem to be in the raw footage.
It's already been to court, or are you allowed to tell me kind of where they're at with the case?
There is no hearing date set, and there hasn't been a hearing in the case yet. All I see is the claim that was filed. I don't see proof of service or anything. A hearing
So he lied. It says it right there.
Okay, so the defendant
No proof of
needs
service.
to be served with papers before the case will, I guess, start.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for your help. I think that's all for today. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. Bye.
Right here, the police officer admits that it is March 10th.
On March 10th, 2026,
However, you can see here that Josh doesn't get served until 3 days later, March 13th. So how could Josh have already been served on March 10th if he didn't get served until March 13th? Unless Josh is a time traveler. There's only one way to clear this all up. American Fork Police Department.
Back to Legos.
Show me the time machine. So now they say that I have done all the check marks which constitute stalking. Let's go through them.
individual commits stalking if the individual intentionally or knowingly engages in a course of conduct directed at a specific individual.
So yes, I did do an action that was targeted at a specific individual, but that's what's required by the court if I want to take someone to court. If someone steals your stuff and you go through the legal process to take them to court, it is not considered stalking. I have a right as an American to sue him.
Is reckless as to whether that course of conduct would cause a reasonable person to fear for the individual's own safety or the safety of another.
The second check mark is that if a reasonable person would be scared. The police are claiming that since this action made Josh scared, this check mark is complete. However, they have completely forgotten about the term reasonable. As we can see, Josh is not a reasonable person. This is someone who multiple times has tried to silence someone by accusing them of being on heroin.
Here's the crazy thing. They told me that they took over that location because the owners were using the location to fund their heroin addiction.
What?
Yeah, and that's how they took it over, and saying they had like a pigeon in there that was crapping all over the Legos and it smelled bad, all this stuff.
This is someone who threatened to murder me just for trying to serve him papers. This is not a reasonable person. It is not reasonable to threaten to murder someone just for serving papers. A reasonable person would accept the papers, so that second checkbox does not meet the requirements. I even tried explaining this to one of the police officers early on.
What the law says is if the average person would feel unsafe by our behaviors, so I think he's feeling unreasonably unsafe, a reasonable person would not feel unsafe in the situation. Well, I can say the same thing. I feel unsafe trying to conduct business with him, and he calls the police on me to hide. I feel unsafe because of that. Because we had a 3-hour search in our car. He said we had heroin in our car yesterday. We had a 3-hour search in our car. That makes me feel unsafe. I think that's reasonable for me to feel unsafe. It's not reasonable for him to feel unsafe.
So Josh is actually the one who said he was going to murder me if I take him to court. But now I'm the one that's being looked into for threatening to murder Josh. How does this make any sense?
Mr. Johnson alleged that Mansell had hired Benjamin Snyder to harass, stalk, vandalize the store, threaten to murder the manager of the store.
Now let's go to the heroin claim. We got pulled over by the police and they claimed that we had heroin on us.
This officer is going to conduct the search of your person because the substances in the vehicle. Really?
Most of this footage is redacted, so again, there's a big mystery of what happened. Can we all come together and convince the American Fork Police Department to unredact this so we can find out the truth?
They're not gonna.
However, what the police is claiming now is that they did not get a call saying that we had heroin on us. Instead, they could just tell from the second we pulled over that our eyes were glossy.
During the interaction, Officer Fraughton indicated he believed Shaw's eyes appeared glossy and expressed concern regarding possible impairment.
Yep, and we're inclined to believe him because he's a police officer. Yep, okay.
If we look back on the raw footage, this is what the police officer said his first interaction with us was like.
Good with these guys being able to drive?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't see anything clear as day with Tyler that I noticed.
What's the goal of...
Right now? Yeah, I was gonna scare him a little bit and let him go is all I really was gonna do.
We have charges, or are we just tired of them being annoying?
It seems hard to take what the chief of police is saying seriously because so far almost everything he said is a lie. So the only way we can actually find out the truth is if we unredact everything. We already know the victim's name is Joshua Johnson. Why do we have to keep that protected? His name is already out there. None of these redactions are protecting anything except for the police. And now I want to acknowledge my friend Sheldon's arrest.
The group stated they were supporting a GoFundMe campaign for a dying man. One of the individuals, later identified as Sheldon Norcross. Officer Richardson then decided to seize Norcross's phone, pending the approval of a search warrant, in order to preserve potential evidence and prevent the deletion or alteration of any data. According to Officer Richardson's report, when Norcross was informed that the phone was going to be seized, Norcross immediately began manipulating the device.
The police officer claims that Sheldon was arrested because he opened his phone to start deleting evidence. However, we can clearly see in the footage Sheldon's thumb is heading towards that lock button to lock his phone. His
Did he
phone
successfully
was open
do
when
it?
He pulled it out, and the
I hope he successfully locked his phone.
phone was transitioning from on to off, not from off to on. From this response, it almost seems like the police officers didn't even watch the video. So American Fork Police Department, if I'm your teacher, here's your homework. First off,
You know what I think happened? Watched the video one time, full speed, and was like, yep, okay, I know what happened here, without looking into it at all.
The facts of what actually happened. Second off, stop lying about the facts. No one's believing it. The third thing is unredact the audio that makes the police look bad. Some of the best lawyers in the United States are reaching out to me right now, so eventually this is going to get released. Wouldn't you just like to get this over with sooner rather than dragging this out? The more we drag this out, the more content we get, so this only benefits me to drag this out. It doesn't benefit you.
For the content,
if you
baby!
unredact the illegally redacted parts now, you'll win over audience
We will never give up. Just forever, bish. Suffer!
support much faster. It's kind of funny, because a lot of you guys probably think I'm like trying to like make fun of this other cop by how he was talking.
Brother, you mind turning up the volume? Holy, it's actual ASMR. Wow. I cannot really hear him. Why is he whispering?
No, I'm actually just like super sick right now. I haven't been sleeping because I'm trying to get out part 3 as fast as I can. And that's caused me just to like stay up all night, every night, and not sleep. And now I'm sick and have no voice. But yeah, I guess it kind of, I don't know why that police officer was talking with such a low, quiet voice, but that's why I am, at least. I wasn't making fun of him. It's literally.
It was a manipulation. He was trying to come across as sincere to stupid people that believe emotional manipulation like that.
Genuinely sick. But if you want to see part 3, subscribe to my Patreon at patreon.com/recklessben.
It'll be
part
up.
3 will be up there very soon.
Yeah, it'll be on YouTube soon. I can't wait for that, man.
Part 2, I'm only dealing with misdemeanors, but part 3 is when they start accusing me of felonies, so it gets insane. But yeah, stay tuned. I'm gonna crank out videos in the meantime until part 3's done. But thanks for all the support, and let's find Brian's Legos.
Dude, I cannot wait for part 3. Fuck! Alright.
If you thought
unexpected twist in the Lego scandal, we actually don't know how bad this gets. It's so fucking deep.
If you thought the Lego scandal was done surprising you with twists and turns, you're off your gourd, Buster. You're straight gourdless in these streets. Bricks and Minifigs is a name that sends shivers down the spine of even the devil. There is no diabolical tactic too dubious, too unethical, too filthy for them to employ. They love to play around in the pig pen, and they are some fucking dirty hogs. There is no low they won't sink to. They go lower than this note. I have just learned, well, it has just been made public, I suppose is more accurate to say, that Bricks and Minifigs has attempted to have Reckless Ben's Patreon taken down, banishing it to the Shadow Realm in an attempt to take away his main source of income. I imagine the idea is, if Ben starts running out of money, he won't be able to keep putting up a fight. That seems to be the playbook that Bricks and Minifigs likes to pull from.
Dear creator community, my name is Jack Conti, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Patreon. On May 29th...
Whoa, wait, we got an actual video that's fucking crazy, not just a statement. Like, I thought it would be like a social media post or something. Holy! Son of a bitch!
Patreon received an official takedown request filed by Bricks and Minifigs for media...
Don't be trying to take content creators down. They don't pay attention to the internet. These people are not on the internet. They don't know. That is something that you do not do.
And accounts related to Reckless Ben and an ongoing dispute regarding a local Lego consignment issue. This is the verified complaint with exhibits. This is the request for immediate content removal pursuant to temporary restraining order. And this is the motion for the temporary restraining order
and
preliminary injunction.
What a disgusting, slimy, underhanded maneuver here. This is some shit that not even Umbrella Corporation was doing. They are that evil.
And did they really think that we wouldn't see that? Oh boy, the fact that the Patreon guy just leaked that shit. Oh, this is gonna be rough. Patreon's got way more money than this shitty little corporation.
So they have put in all of the official paperwork here to force Patreon to take down Reckless Ben's Patreon account. And this is the CEO coming forward to let the community know that this has been submitted. This is real. This isn't someone impersonating Bricks and Minifigs. This is all the vile, despicable, unholy work of an evil organization led by someone who legitimately has a twirled mustache, the most...
They actually think they're Disney. They think that they're like Disney, that they could just do all this shit. Or like Verizon, or any of the giant corporations, but they're not. They're a tiny little, like, franchise corporation that's basically a flea market just for toys.
Comic book character villain looking motherfucker imaginable. Ammon, I'm talking about that goober. This is them now trying to starve out Ben. They tried numerous times to have him thrown in jail over some barnacles and horseradish. That didn't work. So now they've come from the top turnbuckle here to try and instead just take away his income. I cannot fathom a world where Bricks and Minifigs as a business exists beyond this point. I just don't think it's possible, not even in a fucking fairy tale, because who would possibly feel comfortable going into bed with them from this?
Like, yeah, even Patreon's on board with this. And probably other corporations I haven't gotten to yet. Definitely social media corporations, as like smaller ones. I don't know about the big platforms yet. We'll see. Patreon's a pretty big platform.
Point forward, knowing what we know now. Even just fully setting aside what I believe to be blatantly obvious, bare naked corruption from the local Utah police department over there that Bricks and Minifigs top brass are utilizing like their own personal fucking military force, their own little hound dogs. Even setting that aside, the immutable facts are Brian brought his father's extremely valuable Lego collection he collected over the course of his life to sell through Bricks and Minifigs here, and then everything went tits up. He didn't receive any payment for it despite them selling that collection, and they still refused to give back the collection. So even just that right there should be a nail in the coffin of this business where customers won't feel safe, because who's to say this was some isolated incident? This is just the one everyone knows about now, but it's very possible you take your Legos to them to sell, they don't give you what you are owed for it, and then if you try and request it back or try and put up a stink about like, hey, you've got my Legos and I haven't been paid for it, well, they might just go try and ruin your life. And then even that won't be enough to satisfy the gluttonous greed of this corporation. They will then wipe their ass with your rights and try and take away your income to silence you from speaking about your experiences with them and talking about the truth of the matter behind a lot of things here based on all of the available evidence. It is unbelievable because they, I think, have completely torpedoed their company. There is no world where this business should be around.
Why would you do this? Why would you do this? You should have just raised money, gave the fucking Legos back or something, dude. It would have cost you way less money. Wouldn't have cost you your company. Because now you're going down. Once again, I'll say, suffer, bish. Suffer. You did this to yourself. I hope you crumble. And you will at this point. There's no other option. You have extinguished all options. Now all there is left is death of the company, not of like actual people.
After all of the dust settles on this case. It's fucking crazy. But anyway, like I said, the most recent development is they're trying to take down Reckless Ben's Patreon to take away his main source of income. And they've submitted all this paperwork. They've given it to Patreon to force their hand to take it down. But I have saved the best part for last.
Woo! So after an extensive review and investigation by Patreon's trust and safety team, we have in fact, unfortunately determined that Bricks and Minifigs can stuff it. We're keeping Ben's page up. And if Bricks and Minifigs doesn't like that,
love the energy.
They can sue us. Patreon out.
It is...
Fuck yeah, dude! Fuck yeah, dude! Absolute cinema! This is such good content all around. I've been loving the internet recently. It's just been so much fun. Just shitting all over these freaks. Finally! I think it's because we're all on the internet now. Before, there wasn't very many of us, you know, comparatively. But now most everybody is on the internet. Even your grandparents are on the internet.
Exceptionally rare, almost unheard of, for a company of Patreon size, they are a huge company, to actually side with a creator against a massive corporation. Bricks and Minifigs is huge, and they are using all of the elbow grease they can against one guy, Ben. And they tried to bring the legal hammer of their girth here to force Patreon to take him down. And Patreon said no. Now, I haven't been the biggest fan of Patreon. I think all of you know that.
Hate Patreon.
But this right here from the CEO,
this is a W.
I think is such an admirable move. Like, yeah, it's kind of easy PR at this moment because everyone rightfully is against.
He seems like the type of person that would be into this story, though. So that's probably why. Because he seems like a really nerdy dude.
Bricks and Minifigs, but it's extremely difficult and extremely uncommon for a company to actually put their own ass on the line to help a creator and protect a creator they believe is in the right. Because there is a chance Patreon does get sued here. They are going against the orders that have been submitted to them for this takedown. So they could be on the hook, which I find extremely admirable for them to be willing to fight with Ben to protect him against this injustice.
How much you think Bricks and Minifigs can spend on this? Because I guarantee you Patreon can spend a lot more. And I bet they can rally people to spend more on Patreon in order to fund this.
Or what appears to be injustice based on every single piece of evidence that has been provided. Of which Bricks and Minifigs plus the police department have provided none. Actually, zero evidence of their own, by the way. So, I think this deserves a big round of applause here from Patreon to just say, fuck you, we're going to keep it up. Yes, you submitted all this paperwork, congratulations, it's going in the trash, and if you want to proceed further, you can sue us.
Which, he didn't have to say anything. He didn't. He could have just thrown it in the trash and just been done with it, but he gave it to us. So I'll respect that. I've never seen this guy before in my life, by the way, so I don't know nothing about him. I don't like Patreon, but the actual guy, I don't know enough to actually hate him yet, so this is a W.
That's kind of them big dogging them because Patreon does dwarf Bricks and Minifigs. So Bricks and Minifigs loves to talk about how they will drain their opponents of resources through long drawn-out legal battles because they have enough money to just burn on it. So then it'll end up costing the normal civilian more.
You should have just been... You should have been nice. You should have been nice about it, even if you were in the wrong. Because when you're shitty, you just look like you're wrong anyway. And the internet found out, and here we are.
Than they would have ever stood to gain. Well, they can't really do that against Patreon, because Patreon will actually just slap them silly. They have much more money than Bricks and Minifigs.
And they'll make it an advertisement. It literally, right now, is an advertisement for Patreon. I guarantee you people are signing up to Patreon just because of this. Maybe not in droves, but it's happening.
So they probably tugging at their collar like, eek, we can't make that threat against them. It won't work. That'll fall flat. So I really do think this was not only very surprising from Patreon, but very impressive. Like I have to give it a round of applause. Big hats off to them for sticking beside one of their creators in the face of a corporate bullying and silencing attempt. So yeah, I just wanted to give you this little update. That's really about it. So yeah.
Oh, there's definitely going to be a part 3 to this fucking reaction series, man. It wasn't supposed to be a series. There was just supposed to be like 2 videos. But I guarantee you, because this just happened, there's going to be even more. He already said there's a part 3. So I'm going to have a part 3. That's probably about part 3 and some other things that happen. And I also got to check out that video of the COO just completely crashing out in a live stream. I didn't know that happened. And some other things happened. Some other people talked about this situation. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see.